Hey there, you're listening to You Still Going On About That with Rob Israel and Joseph K. You can find us anywhere you could download podcasts. You could also find us on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook at YSGOAT. Thanks for listening. I'm Rob Israel.
I'm Joseph K.
You still going about
that
a little levity for the end of the year, Joseph.
Yeah.
It is Thursday, December 29th. We're recording this. I don't know. We kind of bounced and forth the past couple months between Wednesday and Thursdays. I know our loyal listeners in the Czech Republic are probably like,
what is the meaning of this?
What's going on here? My mountain goats or whatever, the farm that I live in, because Czechoslovakia doesn't have, Czech Republic doesn't have working electricity. How they listen to this podcast is beyond me and my understanding. I don't.
Well, it doesn't matter how it gets done, just that it gets done. But it has.
They figured out how to get 2 coconuts, kind of like how the
Gilligan's
Island was able to make all those machines.
Yeah,
it was out of like coconuts and stuff.
He was very, very resourceful.
Do you remember like how the professor looked like a young, like kind of like he'd be the hero of a movie, like handsome man and everything like that. And I remember seeing him like 10 years later on something, and all of a sudden he was just like old as fuck. And I was like, what happened to you, man? at least what's his face, Gilligan or Bob Denver, he kept his boyish looks until the day he died.
Is he passed away?
When he showed up in Back to the Beach, I thought I was watching Gilligan's Island rerun. I did not know that man was 30 years older.
You know what did it? It was his joy that kept him young.
Yeah, maybe the guy who played the professor was a miserable man, and I don't know. Looking at Palpatine.
I did hear that there was widespread discord on the set of Gilligan's Island, that it was a very, very contentious set, and the woman who played Ginger was always mad at everyone.
Is that true?
Tina?
Or is this like
no, it's not. I know I usually try to like laboriously set up a joke with like 10 minutes of backstory, but no, the woman Tina something, I forget her real name, but
Ginger, the hottest lady on the planet.
Yeah,
or the hottest lady on the island. No offense, Marianne lovers.
She thought she was supposed to be like a much bigger part of the show, and there's a lot of like discord from what I understand.
She was the movie star, duh.
Yeah, right.
You would think that you get that in your head. You're the movie star. You're going to be the lead.
A lot of people liked Marianne a lot better, and whatever. But like, I always thought that Ginger was the
Betty and Veronica thing going on there.
Yeah, Ginger was like the much more obvious choice in my opinion. So anyway.
Marianne was the girl next door.
Well, yeah, right.
And that Bob Denver Gilligan guy was so dopey, he could never realize Marianne was saying, "Hey, Gilligan."
Yeah, she really liked him. It's true.
And he was like, duh. Skipper was just like cock blocking him every moment.
Yeah. That was a weird one. Yeah. Well, anyway.
It was just going on a 3-hour tour.
Yeah. It's kind of like a weird one. Like, why did they need a first? There was an odd group to find themselves on a boat together. What
was the show only on like 2 years or something like that?
It was only on for a short period of time, but like I think one season was in black and white and another season was in color.
Yeah.
And then they made like multiple TV movies over the years.
I remember that one. Those were terrible.
Yeah, and like it was basically like, it really was like a precursor to Lost in a lot of ways, where they would
totally. Like
always
that was nuts.
They kept finding themselves like re-stranded on this island somehow. You know what
I
mean?
I always liked when they found out in Gilligan's Island that it was like they were all dead the whole time.
Well, like, I remember that theory. But like, if I were stranded on an island, if I were stranded on an island and I finally got off the island, the fuck if I would ever fly over the ocean again. You know what I mean? Like that would just not be something.
Yeah, I'm like, I'm staying land. This is fine. This is where I am.
Move to like Nebraska.
Like I went on a 3-hour tour and I got abandoned by decades. Living on like being teased by 2 women that had no intention of ever. And even the old lady was not. No way.
Between that,
what was her name?
Lily.
The rich lady.
Yeah, wasn't it Lily?
Yeah.
Yeah. What were their names? The
Cromwell. Where his fuck is? I don't even know what his last. The rich people. I like that the rich people still had like a really rich hut.
Yeah, they did.
Made. Who did they contract to?
There's one movie where the Harlem Globetrotters got stranded on the island with
and they always got off. That was always the joke. There was a move. I remember an episode where like a band was on there.
Yeah.
Like a Beatles ripoff, whatever.
Right.
And they got off the island.
Yeah. That was a different time back then. Well,
people were simple.
Yeah.
Like the older people, they trash the younger people. But you could never make a show like Gilligan's Island today unless it was just like obviously ironic.
Yeah, because of all the woke people.
Well, no, I mean it's ironic. Like if it was like, you're winking at the audience, like, yeah, this is stupid. Like we know this is a joke.
Yeah.
People back then, they probably thought they really were stranded on an island. People were stupid. All they had to do, just remember, people back then were so dumb that they told the American public that the president could walk during World War. That Franklin Roosevelt had the ability to walk. Most people had no clue that man was in a wheelchair.
True. That was essentially like an extended, like Three's Company dynamic with the president as Jack Tripper, and they kept finding ways to disguise the fact that like Jack was straight, that the president couldn't walk.
Jack was right, and like like who was the vice president of he would look at the camera and make like that face that Roper would make.
Yes.
The one where they would make a reference that sounded kind of gay and he'd make that face like, ooh. Like,
yeah.
And that'd be like the same thing with Franklin Roosevelt, walk, like the ability to walk, and he'd be like, like, yeah, no, he can't. People were stupid back then. You could make a show called My Mother the Car, and people believe that car was a mother.
Yeah. Well, that actually, are you talking about that Titan that came out last year? Or are you talking?
No, there was a show called like.
I know, I'm just kidding.
Like, wait, what are you talking about?
What was the name of that show where a woman became a car last year? Titan, wasn't it?
It was a movie. Oh, that was terrible.
I know. I remember My Mother the Car, but I was. What a weird movie. That and The Flying Nun. I used to watch like My Mother the Car.
It's like show.
So weird. Anyway, so we were talking about like how we're bouncing back and forth between Wednesday and Thursday. And we've had holiday travel. We've had a few things going on where we'll eventually settle into a groove post New Year's. I would imagine. Sure.
People are demanding consistency among the YSGOAT.
Yeah. Well, I'm a fan of consistency.
All the goats are like, I tune in whatever random time Joseph posts this thing in the morning, which can be anywhere from 5 in the morning to 3 in the afternoon.
It's almost always before noon. Lately it's been pretty early, but yeah, there's a time during
Goats are up early. Just to let you know.
Yeah, there's a time during the hurricane where that's when it was
hurricane?
Like the hurricane in Florida. I had a lot of stuff going on, and then where it was like maybe noon or so.
No excuses, Joseph.
Yeah. Well, all right. So we got
all 1 or 20 or 50 of. I'm not sure how many people listen to us.
We got a fun year-end show. We're going to talk about Glass Onion, the new Knives Out mystery. Talk about Willow.
The one where Ben Shapiro was like, this movie would have. Wait, what did he say?
It was so weird. He's like they've
acted the mystery in a movie that's literally about like a mystery.
They actively misdirect you for the first hour and 20 minutes. That was his big.
Like, I hate him. He's so stupid. He's just the smartest, dumbest person on the planet.
It was really funny, his tweet, because it just was like, it was like there's so much, there were many layers to it. Like he didn't,
like an onion.
Yeah, like he didn't get how murder mysteries worked, and he spoiled it. I mean, when I saw his tweet, someone had helpfully grayed out the offending part of it, because he reveals.
Spoil it.
Yes, yeah. So we're talking about Glass Onion. We're going to talk about the latest episode of Willow, which was great.
Hello.
We're talking a little bit about TV. Just over the last year, this has been like a really great year for TV, I think.
I mean, yeah, Gilligan's Island, My Mother's Car.
Well,
Flying Nun.
I was going back. I was trying to like think of my top TV shows this year. Severance, I think, is my number one.
All right, we'll talk about that when we get to it.
And then okay, after we're talking about Andrew Tate.
Greta Thunberg.
Yeah, I had never heard of this guy before.
Wrecking him.
He just.
Wait, you say you never what?
I had never heard of this guy prior to.
I've heard about this guy from like just people I follow. He's like one of those people that they talk about all the time, and I really just avoided it.
Yeah.
And the joke is he's been removed from Twitter, and then of course he's one of the scumbags that came back to Twitter.
Yep.
But he's probably the best thing to happen to Twitter. And like,
this is a
like let's just say Elon Musk is no longer the main character of Twitter anymore.
Exactly. This was just brilliant so epically.
This guy back.
Yeah. Okay. So we're talking about him. We're talking about George Santos, who had actually been having a pretty good run on Twitter himself prior to Andrew Tate showing up.
Being the Jewish black person whose mother died on 9/11 and also died on like December 24th or something like that. It's crazy. All in the same year.
A bunch of people were posting a clip today from Curb Your Enthusiasm where Larry David thought his attorney was Jewish, but he wasn't. He was like Swedish. But this guy had like actively misrepresented himself as being Jewish for like months.
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah, it was really, really apropos. We're talking a little bit about the Southwest Airlines.
They're doing a hell of a job.
It's crazy, yeah. We're talking about a little
bit about seeing this band on like Friday.
Yeah.
Thinking about seeing this band tomorrow, and they canceled the show because the band can't get here.
Oh, are you serious?
Yeah, because of the airline thing. The things are fucked. There's like thousands of bags that are like, unpicked up, or it's a nightmare. But yeah, we'll talk about that.
Then we're talking about Greg Abbott busing.
Human trafficking expert. Greg Abbott he should be working with Andrew Tate.
That was really nauseating. As he bussed a bunch of migrants to the vice president's house on Christmas Eve, just left him there in the cold. And then we're going to wrap up by talking about Trump's taxes, which I think are going to be released tomorrow.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, I'm going to head on down to Barnes & Noble at midnight, wait in line to buy my copy of Trump's taxes. It's like 3 Post-it notes with the word 0 written on each one.
Yeah, like sucker.
Yeah. So that's the show. And I guess we'll start with Glass Onion, which
I'll just talk about I guess we'll talk about Glass Onion first. Okay, so Glass Onion is the sequel to Knives Out.
Yep.
It's the Rian Johnson movie. Rian Johnson is famous for trolling every Star Wars fan in 2017, making what might be the worst or best Star Wars movie that was ever made. Depending on what your political affiliation is.
Yeah.
Or if you're like me, who is left wing, doesn't really like that movie.
Yeah.
Therefore, I must be a chud. I think it is not a good movie. It is a huge disappointment. It is one of the biggest disappointments ever made as a Star Wars film.
It was
because go ahead. What?
It suffered particularly because it was a Star Wars film. It might have been a good movie otherwise had it been made under the
Knives Out movie.
Benoit Blanc.
Yeah, he throws a, I don't know, a flashlight instead of a lightsaber.
Yeah, I mean, it could have been a good science fiction movie without the.
It could have been a good standalone Star Wars movie.
Oh yeah, or that.
It's a good standalone Star Wars movie, but as a movie that is supposed to be the literal middle of a trilogy,
it didn't work.
The worst fucking movie ever made because of that.
It hamstrung the third movie. It did a lot of things.
Third movie is trash because the second movie fucked it up, and they didn't know what to do, and they had a 2-year window to get the movie out because they stuck to a schedule.
Yeah,
they should have just said, you know what, Ryan Johnson ended our story in the second movie, and we didn't pay attention to edit it anyway. We had no agency in this.
Well, it was the movie we're talking about, the one that was for the Glass Onion. I thought was great. I thought
Knives Out was really awesome. I like that movie. I thought it was well done. That came out in 2019 or something like that.
Yeah. I'll bet you it was 2015, but I could be wrong.
No.
You think it was longer than
Last Jedi came out in 2017, and this is post Last Jedi.
Knives Out. Oh, I thought you said 20. I thought you had said an earlier time.
No, I didn't say that. I said 2018 or 19. 2019.
Okay, yeah, that makes more sense.
Last Jedi.
Okay.
So Netflix decided they were gonna buy. They basically bought the rights to the movie and basically bought him. And they paid him I don't know, it's insane, $750 million or $1 billion basically to have the rights and basically have the exclusivity. So there will definitely be a third one.
Yep.
And probably most likely a fourth one.
Well, I read an interview with Ryan Johnson who said he'd be willing to make them as long as Daniel Craig was willing to star in them. So,
I mean, that makes sense. You can't really have it without him. I mean, it was good. I like the first one better. The second one, there's some things about it that are there's just some not in the story, but some dumb things that just affected me. I don't know, broken glass everywhere, women with open toe sandals, not one injury from glass anywhere. A giant glass structure explodes in it, and no one faces any consequences because of it. Only one spoilers. Only one person actually, two people die in this movie, and that's it.
Yeah.
The victim that the movie's kind of based on.
Right.
And one of the people that's attending the party. And the way he dies is pretty funny. It's stupid.
Yeah.
He dies in a dumb way.
It was, I mean, I kind of went back and forth between is this supposed to be, I mean, it clearly wasn't supposed to be hyper realistic. You know what I mean? It starts off with some
feels more plausible. The second one's starts getting a little fantastical.
Well, almost right away, I was thinking they're cluing you in as to it being not real because they show up and they have a coronavirus vaccine earlier than
okay, so the movie is definitely filmed during the COVID, and it's definitely during the pandemic, and they show you all the different personalities. What's her face is great in it. Toby Hunt's daughter. What's her name?
Kate Hudson.
Kate Hudson plays this horrible,
she's terrible
Paris Hilton type person, I guess. And the joke is she talks about how thank God we don't have to wear these masks anymore. And her mask was literally a giant open hole mesh mask.
Yeah, it was like fishnet or something.
It was giant holes. It was comically ridiculous. There were assholes who wore masks like that. They were mesh, but they weren't these giant. Who is this for? What's this doing? Her character was great. She was a complete dumbass. She's the thing with the sweatshop.
That was hilarious.
It was a place that made sweatpants, and it's no, it's a sweatshop.
Yeah, she was really good.
Catherine Hahn, did you notice her skin is breaking out towards the end? She has these hives. I was
oh no, I didn't notice that.
And we're watching, and we're what is going on here? And I'm her face is she's got splotches of red everywhere. And I think it's just all the stress and everything because
right.
the guy is basically so the plot of the movie. Edward Norton basically plays Elon Musk.
Yep.
And you find out like he has all these people that are his friends, but really what it is, it's like blackmail. Like all these people like kind of work for him, but like I don't know. I mean, I don't want to like explain the whole movie. There's some interesting characters. Like Catherine Hahn plays like a progressive politician. There's like a scientist guy. There's obviously Kate Hudson, who's like an idiot. Batista, who's famous for playing tracks, and he's been in tons of other stuff. He's great. He basically plays Andrew Tate in this movie. He plays like
I would say like a Joe Rogan.
Yeah, he's playing a men's activist, like clearly right-wing asshole, online Twitch streamer, like all about guns and being manly and like
it is an Andrew Tate slash Joe Rogan.
His girlfriend's like one of those like lame like trad wife type bullshit thing.
Yeah. Well, she
full of ruse too.
Yeah, you find out like midway through the movie that she's not. She's just trying to advance her political career.
All these people are terrible. That's the funny thing. It's like it's funny. They want you to think that like the Edward Norton character is like the main bad guy or whatever, the Elon Musk character.
Yep.
But like they're all horrible. Every single one of them is fucking awful, and none of them face any consequences for their actions. Except for the cartoonish men's activist guy.
Yeah. Well, the Catherine Hahn character is supposed to be a real liberal progressive governor. And
I thought she was like a congresswoman or something.
I don't know. I think she was running for governor. I thought she was already governor, but she was there talking about how she was like super.
Well, he's basically the whole plot is that like Edward Norton's character wants to like unleash this new form of energy that has clearly not been tested.
It's not ready
for market. It's not real. You know, it's like Elon Musk with the AI system for Tesla. So like there's no AI system. It's a overblown GPS that doesn't really work, and cars are like crashing into fucking walls and
it's like someone loaded the Siri onto a TomTom.
And so he wants to put this thing on the market. There's a scientist that's working on it, and even he's like, listen, we're like maybe 2 years away from this. You cannot release this yet. Like this could literally blow up the earth. We don't know what the fuck this is. And Catherine Hahn's like must be this like progressive, and like her whole career would be completely synced if she actually came out and backed it, because you know environmentalists that are usually left wing would think, what the fuck,
right?
What's her face? It's just again, she's some horrible personality, Kate Hudson. I don't even like what is she supposed to be? Like a fashion person or like
she was a former they said she was a washed up model. And then she designed sweatpants.
Like a Paris Hilton type, probably.
Yeah, or like a Gwyneth Paltrow, maybe, or
well, Gwyneth Paltrow's not washed up at all.
No, but like, I don't know. Anyway, she's like
I would go with the Paris Hilton type.
Yeah,
that's the safer bet. Who else was there? I mean, there was like her assistant. She was like whatever.
Yeah.
Ethan Hawke's in the movie for like 2 seconds.
He's the guy who administers the vaccine or whatever.
Well, it's not really it's like something. Basically, they go on this boat. Like I said, this is like clearly supposed. I would say this was probably takes place in 2020 or something. You know, it's in the heart of the pandemic, and they're going to this island and everything, and they're wearing masks, or except for Kate Hudson is wearing that ridiculous mesh thing.
Yeah,
and he basically says, "Open your mouth. You're gonna get this thing that like you won't
makes you good." Yeah,
and it's like a joke. No, but it's like. Obviously, it's not real. It's like playing on the fact that, like, because I remember during the pandemic, we would see like rich people, like videos would leak of like rich celebrities having parties and shit. And these were the same people who like they're avoiding the shutdown. And the joke is, do they have access to something that protects them that we don't have? So that's like the joke. It's like this make believe, like this. It's not really like a vaccine, but like clearly something that protects you from like a virus coming in.
Yeah.
They shoot in the back of the throat. I don't know. What did you know what's funny? Ben Shapiro said, what did he say about it? He said it was the worst movie ever made. He said
Well, his big complaint was that the filmmaker actively deceived him. The filmmaker.
You mean the movie that's supposed to be a murder mystery?
Yeah. And then, but really, and you could tell what rankled Ben Shapiro was that the one of these central, and I'm kind of spoiling it here, but the central point of the whole movie is that we assume rich people are smart when they could be just dumb as fuck. You know,
the Edward Norton character, they would show him, they would go through like a montage of him like saying words that were not right, these big words, and just getting them all wrong or just making up words.
It's funny because I noticed that right when I noticed it 3 or 4 times he used a word wrong, and then he said the Ionian Sea instead of the Aegean Sea, and I kept noticing that, and in my head, this is like proves the point exactly. In my head, I was like, well, maybe he's just quirky, or maybe that's just like you know what I mean? And it never dawned on me, like, maybe he's just dumb as fuck. You know, I was making excuses for him because I'm like, clearly he's a.
But like, Edward Norton's dumb, but he's not a genius in any way whatsoever. Like which is like the same thing with Elon Musk. I don't think Elon Musk is stupid, but he's not this Tony Stark, Albert Einstein character that people are making him out to be.
Well, I think in the movie, the Edward Norton character is kind of dumb. Like,
well, yeah, I mean, it's a vapid rich asshole. I mean, again, just fairly say like, oh, he's dumb. It's like cartoonish. It's just more of just like, there's nothing there really.
Yeah.
You know, it's like there was a great tweet someone put out about. He was like a software person. He put out about Elon Musk, and he said, you know, when I was told about him with electric cars, I believed it because I'm not like, I have nothing to do with like electric cars. I don't know anything about it.
Yeah.
But and when he talked about SpaceX and how great he was when it came to space travel, I believed it. I ate the hype. But with the whole Twitter thing and how Elon Musk doesn't understand anything to do with the internet like that, that's when he realized, oh wait, this guy is a complete moron.
Maybe those other things aren't true either.
Right, and that's what he said. It was like that was the thing that kind of like lifted the veil. Was like, oh, this guy's an idiot.
That's real depressing.
Well, I mean, it's true though. Janelle Monáe plays 2 characters. She plays twin sisters. One of them, you find out basically. Again, we're spoiling this movie.
Well, this is what pissed off Ben Shapiro so much.
Was that a black woman was like the hero of the movie?
Well, that halfway, and
black lesbian. I mean, in real life, the actress.
He gave it away in his tweet. He was mad that we find out a new backstory for this one character who's not even who she says she is, or they say they are. He said she, but he that was what really pissed him off. And you're right. It probably was, his anger was probably even.
I'll say his real anger against Rian Johnson was that, did you see the first Knives Out?
Yeah.
Rian Johnson put Ben Shapiro in the movie. Do you not remember that?
Well, was that wasn't actually Ben Shapiro, was it?
Well, obviously it wasn't.
Right.
It was,
it was that guy.
Let me pull it up.
Well, they kept posting that on Twitter. I saw that.
So Knives Out had this kid who was in the It movies, the 2 It movies. Jaden Martell.
Yeah.
He's older now, but when he starred in Knives Out in 2019, he's still Ben Shapiro size. He's very tall now, or he's way taller than Ben Shapiro, which means he's taller than 4'6". Jacob Thornby was a character who was like an right-wing asshole. And he purposely made this character to look, if you see the pictures, he looks like Ben Shapiro. He's got like the slick short black hair, and he's like an asshole. And it was a great response. Like listen, I have my issues with The Last Jedi, but what I really appreciate about how Rian Johnson handles all the trolls. He doesn't give a fuck. He doesn't care. He knows, because he knows that the majority of the people that are criticizing that movie are just chuds.
Yeah, they're
They're
doing it in
the
bad faith.
Batista character. They're the Ben Shapiro character from Knives Out. Like, their opinion really doesn't mean shit, because what that bothers them about the movie is the dumbest thing to bother me. Like, the thing that bothered me the most about Lash. Now I was gonna say something stupid about it, but and I think he does a good job of he's done a good job of trolling these people for the past couple of years with the Knives Out movies. Like, the funny thing was, I posted a tweet today of and we're going to talk about this a little later. The Andrew Tate put out a tweet attacking Greta Thunberg, and it was like the most stupidest thing ever. And Greta Thunberg basically responded, totally destroyed him.
Oh yeah,
Twitter. It got, I don't even know what the view count now is. Basically, it's funny. Elon Musk changed Twitter recently. Now you can see the view count on a tweet.
Someone was saying that Greta Thunberg,
like, I'll have like 150 views and like 4 likes. I'm like, oh, cool, that's kind of depressing. But then, like, it's amazing when like Andrew Tate puts out something, and then the girl that he's attacking responds with like a great simple tweet, and that tweet has like like millions of views.
Oh yeah.
So I tweeted, I said, what did I put? Andrew Tate looking through a window, watching his tweet get ratioed to hell by a little girl. And it's the scene with Batista's character where he's looking in the window, and Edward Norton's kind of with his girlfriend. And people, it's so funny. Like, people are so weird. I'm like, yeah, like, how dare you do that to Batista or whatever? I'm like, you do realize he was playing a character. This is the character, the men's rights, right-wing activist, whatever, Twitch streamer. That's not actually Dave Batista.
Right.
Like, just like Drax is also not actually Dave Batista.
Right, yeah.
Dave Batista is a real person.
I heard that
I think
Bradley Cooper is actually not even a raccoon. He's a human being.
Yeah, I always thought he alters his body, goes through the process.
Well, I heard, to your point earlier, I heard today, I forget where it was in some newspaper, but Greta Thunberg's tweet is now like the 3rd most liked tweet on Twitter. Like, wow. It's like beat multiple other tweets. It's not the number 1, but it's right up there. Yeah.
Oh, it's so good because his tweet was so hit. All right, we'll get into that later. But I tweeted that, and I just love the response of people getting mad at me that I used Batista. I'm like, okay, one, did you see the Glass Onion?
Yeah.
Because if you saw the Glass Onion, you would find this joke funny, and you would get the joke, because that's the scene when he's looking through the window.
Right.
And he's playing a Andrew Tate type character. I know, it's a lot of layers, like an onion.
Yeah.
Very deep joke, and I don't know.
It is. I found the list of tweets. Greta Thunberg's tweet telling Andrew Tate that he has a small dick is the 22nd most liked tweet ever. Wow. And that was like within a few hours of it being tweeted, and like
it's probably higher now.
All the top 10, the number 1 liked tweet is Chadwick Boseman, the family taking over Chadwick Boseman's account and announcing his passing.
Oh wow.
That is the number 1 liked tweet, 7 million likes. Wow. And the next most liked tweet was Elon Musk saying, next I'm buying Coca-Cola to put the cocaine back in it, at 5 million. And then there's like 10 by Barack Obama, like a whole bunch by that band BTS and individual members of BTS. And then
they're just like, I like potato, and it's like they get 1 billion.
Right, exactly. And then
perspective about it.
And then in there is a Macaulay Culkin one where he comes in and says, "Want to feel old? I'm 40." And then like, but hers is probably going to be a top 10 tweet soon. So that'll be a cool little entry in Andrew Tate's Wikipedia page. Right after
being arrested for human trafficking.
Right after his arrest, yeah.
All right, well, back to the Glass Onion.
Yes.
We learn a little bit about the detective.
Oh yeah, Benoit Blanc, played by Daniel Craig.
Might be with or dating Hugh Grant.
Yeah, actually, I hadn't thought of that. Did you see that? Like, weren't the people playing games with him on the internet? Wasn't that like Angela Lansbury and
Yeah,
Kareem Abdul-Jabbar was one of
yeah.
them? And it was like, it's
Yep.
like a crazy
Half of
group
them are
of people.
dead now.
Yeah, it's real weird.
Yeah. I mean,
Um,
like, I'm gonna be straight up honest. I'll give Knives Out like a 7. It's not. I mean, not Knives Out. I mean, Glass Onion.
oh,
Is 7.
Glass Onion.
It's not a perfect movie in any way. Like I said, the thing with the glass bugs the shit out of me. I'm sorry. That's like a huge.
I
That's
would,
just a huge detail that just irks me. This isn't a fucking Marvel movie or
yeah.
fantasy movie. Like, I'm gonna say that's just a. I'm not expecting like the characters be gored by giant sheets of glass. I just found that to be very like a little too unrealistic. That's all.
Yeah, I would give it like out of 10, I'd give it maybe an 8 or an 8.5. It was one of those rare movies. My wife and I watched together. We both liked it equally. It kind of worked well as a murder mystery, and it worked well as a comedy, and it was like pretty breezy.
I mean, I enjoy it. I'm not gonna say maybe I'm being all right, fine, 7.5, 8 high. But I just love the reaction that movie gets from other people.
Yeah, that's very rewarding too.
Like, I'm fine with like, listen, you know what? He's not working on Star Wars anymore, and I'm not saying that he can never make another good Star Wars movie.
Yeah.
I just think like these movies have no effect on my interest when it comes to
right.
Like, I have no vested interest in Knives Out. I don't care. I mean, they're enjoyable.
It reminded me
I don't have Knives Out #1 from 1977.
It reminded me of.
Can affect the value of that.
It reminded me of all those movies I used to watch when I was like in 4th or 5th grade. Like It's a Mad, 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 Mad World, or any of those kind of capery
zany characters. They're all terrible. But like I said, I mean, I just feel like you're gonna to hate like the Edward Norton character, but like they're all terrible except for except for shit.
Well, the underlings, like
except for Janelle Monáe.
Yep.
And that's it. Except for her, they're all fucking terrible. Like,
Goldie Hawn's
assistant. Whiskey sucks.
Whiskey sucks. But Kate Hudson's assistant was fine. She was
but even then, she sucks.
Yeah, because she's working for her.
I'm sorry, you work for her. You know better.
Yeah.
There's other jobs out there. You telling me you can't get another job? Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah.
I don't know. Whatever. I'm just saying they were all terrible. And I just felt like they all kind of get off the hook in the end.
Yeah, they do.
Any consequences at all. Like, I mean, as far as we know, like, who knows? Maybe their careers are done. Like, maybe Catherine, what's her name? The politician will be exposed, and the scientist might. Who knows? He may just leave his position. He didn't seem like a terrible person.
But you're right. They all.
I like the best character in the movie is Edward Norton's friend that's just hanging out on the island. That like. He's basically like Brad Pitt's character from True Romance, the guy who just sleeps on the couch the whole time.
Yeah, or like the dude kind of. It's like,
yeah, he's just like a guy who's there. There's like, you don't really question it. I do question though the Ethan Hawke. Like, why cast Ethan Hawke for such a tiny ass role like that? Like,
yeah, I guess that's also kind of what reminds me of those old movies that would just have like random
people in it.
Yeah, just like random famous people. Like, let's find something for Angela Lansbury to do. What can we?
I said, I look forward to the next one. They are enjoyable. They're not perfect movies in any way.
But they're good movies.
There was a joke going around that what's his face's character, Benoit Blanc.
Yeah.
That every movie he would have a different accent.
Okay.
So in the first one, he has like the Foghorn Leghorn accent.
Yeah.
And then the second one, who knows, he could have like a French accent. And then like it would just change in every movie.
That'd be funny.
That might have been a little too ridiculous, but could have been funny too.
Yeah. Well, I liked it. I thought it was real fun. I agree with you. It's not like, look, is this like cinema? Is this like cinema as art or whatever? No, but it was real fun. I liked it a whole bunch.
And I feel like with them being Netflix movies, you don't have to worry about them being like making a shit ton of money at the box office. So I am sure there will be a third one.
Yeah.
I would shock me if there wasn't. I'm curious though if he's gonna want to make something else in between.
Yeah.
Like make another movie and then go back and do another Knives Out. Because I don't think he made another movie after Knives Out. I think he went and did like Knives Out 2.
I don't know. That's a good
let me see. I don't think he made anything after. Well, let's see. Knives Out, Glass Onion. Yeah, he didn't make anything in between Knives Out and Glass Onion.
Well,
but I'm sure he'll want to make like a totally different movie.
I don't know.
Come back and do another one.
I read an interview with him where he talked like at length about how he loved Agatha Christie novels and movies and stuff like that.
His first movie was like a mystery too, wasn't it? Brick. It was like a noir,
yeah.
It was like it takes place like in like a high school or something. But it was like I have to like go back and watch it. But it's like that got a lot of attention when it came out. Brick, and it was like kind of like noir. They called it like. Is that that's his movie?
Yeah. Yeah, that is weird. I don't know. I could see him doing a bunch of these in a row, but we'll see. Like if he does,
and then move on to something else afterwards.
Yeah, if he does one next, cool.
Or take a 10-year break and live off of the fucking insane money that Netflix gave you.
Right. Well, we'll see. I'm looking forward to the next one. This one.
I want him to come back to Star Wars. Yeah. Just to see people's heads explode.
Yeah, give him a Disney series.
No,
a movie.
A Star Wars movie. He was supposed to do a whole trilogy.
Yeah,
they announced that when they were making the. I will say this, and I will say he was originally supposed to do the third one, and then he decided not to. He should have been forced to do it. Like, no, you're making this third fucking movie.
Right, you painted us into a corner. Yeah,
you're gonna fucking paint us out of it. You are. Right. This is your responsibility. He's like, I'm gonna make some fun, goofy movies that are people will love because they're harmless and they don't affect any franchises.
Yeah.
Like a little like one of those things from Golden Axe and your gold and run away and you beat them and get like a piece of food out of them.
Yeah. Yeah. It was good. Well, I don't know. We'll see.
He has a sense of humor, and I appreciate that. And I like that he targets these people that he targets certain personalities. He does a good job of doing that.
Yeah, he does. And all
right. Well,
yeah.
Speaking of trolls,
right?
Willow, which had lots of trolls in it this episode.
Willow, episode 6, the prisoners of Sebacan or something.
This was the best episode of the season so far.
Easily, yeah. It was real good.
Christian Slater showed up.
He was great.
Spoilers. He was the big surprise guest.
Yep.
He was really good. And he basically plays this character that you find out was like worked with Mad Mardigan and Braun. Is that his name?
Borman.
Borman, yeah.
Yeah. So
they make you feel like he's in that, like he's a character and that's how you know they're doing a good job writing it.
Oh yeah,
they can feel like because I'm like, wait, was he in the? I'm like, wait, was he in the first Willow movie? And I went back and looked. He's not in the first Willow movie.
He's not, but
you feel like he is.
He does
such a good job of that.
He looks like he would have been in it, and it just all makes a whole bunch of sense. And I guess the story was that Mad Mardigan.
You know why I think he was in it? Because he was in Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves.
Oh, and wasn't he? He was in Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves.
Yep.
I almost said Lady Hawk, but that was Tom Cruise.
No, wait, Tom Cruise was not in Lady Hawk. That was
who was in Lady Hawk?
That was what's his face from fucking Ferris Bueller.
I'm thinking Legend.
Yeah.
Who was in Lady Hawk? Was that?
I thought it was the guy from Ferris Bueller.
Look it up. Matthew Broderick. Yeah.
Yeah.
And Rutger Hauer. Yeah, I got legend mixed up with all those.
That was so weird when Dr. Howe fucks a hawk. He's like, it's okay, it's my wife.
You're my Lady Hawk.
She's a hawk. And then later on, when the wife, I guess at night, she turned into back to human, and he turned into like what a wolf or something.
That is only a dim memory in my mind.
And she fucked a wolf. I mean, listen, love is love, man. You know.
Wow, Richard Donner directed that.
Classic movie.
Michelle Pfeiffer was Lady Hawk.
That's right.
Yeah, I would have forgotten that.
Fresh off of Grease too.
Well, Christian Slater was great in this, and the theory, the story was that Madmartigan, Allagash, and Borman all went off on an expedition to find this cuirass, and they all disappeared. And Borman came back. I guess Allagash.
Yeah, you're like Allagash is basically like Borman betrayed them, but then you find out like maybe Allagash betrayed them.
Yeah, it's real ambiguous.
Yeah, so in the end of the last episode, trolls come down and take man, let me pull these fucking I always forget every name of these characters. Pulls Kit and was it Borman? I don't know. They take a bunch. No, it wasn't.
No, they just get Kit
it was,
and Willow.
Yeah.
Kit and Willow.
Yeah, Kit and Willow.
Yeah.
Taken in by the trolls. That's the big cliffhanger. And then they're captured. And they're like in cages, and then there's a guy in a cage, and it's revealed to be he claims at first he's Madmartigan, and thankfully it's quickly fixed with no, you're not. Willow is like, no, you're not. Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, I'm glad they resolved that in like 30 seconds.
I was gonna be like, no, and the trolls come. What we know of the trolls from the first Willow is they're kind of just like monkey men. Like they're like
orcs, I mean.
They're not even orcs. Like they don't even have like armor or anything. They were just like gross, hairy. Like they were like wild. They were like hominids or something.
Yeah.
No, they were just gross. And Willow screws up and turns one of them into that two-headed dragon.
Oh yeah.
I'm surprised they didn't reference that. But
that's funny. Yeah.
He gets kidnapped and the trolls show up, but they're like the two of them. The leader's like, hello. He's like super eloquent, and it's like really funny, and it reminds me of like the Buffy series, how like some of the demons or vampires, like you think they'd be like, but instead they'd be like just like everyday people. Like
they're evil, but they're civilized evil.
Yeah. It's like, hello, how are you?
Right.
Nice to see you.
I'll be drinking your blood tonight.
Andor, who's like like tortures that Bex or whatever her name was, Andor.
Yeah.
But the troll, that whole thing was great. And you learn some more stuff. I guess we find out like Madmartigan might be somewhere. He's being like held in some dimension or something.
Yeah.
I love that whole like they're in this like weird cave or whatever that the trolls kind of run, but there's some other independent things, and they end up in that weird room where like clearly like there's like an ancient record playing.
Yeah.
And it's like a riddle.
Right. And then they figure out the answer to the riddle, which opens up a door, and that's where presumably like some treasure is. The cuirass and a mirror to another dimension where you think Madmartigan is trapped, that he's trapped in that dimension. And I think we're supposed to believe that Kit hears his voice. He says something like Kit, and he
gets really upset at Willow or whatever for like collapsing I don't know, they pull her away basically.
But he doesn't actually say like come into this portal. And it's really ambiguous as to whether or not he's telling her to go away or
if that's even her. I mean,
or that it's even him. Yeah, I mean, it's just as likely to be an evil thing trying to tempt Kit into this dangerous situation. But Kit clearly thinks that was her one opportunity to save her dad, and she's pissed.
Like, there's definitely like Willow. This series, Willow's definitely got like Force Awakens vibes in it, because like the whole plot of like Force Awakens was like Luke is like hiding somewhere and we have to find him, and Madmartigan's kind of like the same thing. It's like we don't know where he is. And
there's a lot of parallels there.
Yeah, but done better. I like they finally brought back the brother, the other son. No, the son.
Oh, Eric, yeah.
Her kid's brother. And he's like in some weird dimension or something. He's like thinks he leaves and he ends up back in the same place.
Yeah, I think that's supposed to be the city immemorial, which is ruled by the crone. And he wakes up there and he's alone and he tries to escape.
That's at the end of the episode.
Well, no, at the beginning, that's the very first scene, is you see Eric and he wakes up alone.
Yep.
And he leaves. And then you go to the regular episode. And then at the end, he tries to leave, travels a great distance only to see where he came from off in the distance ahead of him. And then he goes back there, but then he hears a girl crying for help. And he goes in there and she's like, you got to let me out of this jail cell, or something to that effect.
And you think that's the crone?
I think it's the crone. You know, she's this beautiful young woman. We've been told over and over again that even the name the crone sounds terrible, and old and withered, and
you think of like an old hag or whatever.
Yeah, and so lately we've been hearing that the crone may
Believe
have
it or not, it's not a compliment to be called a crone.
Right.
That's what I heard. Women
so I think
like that term.
I think this is the crone, and Eric is going to be tempted by the crone to join the crone. So.
That's I mean, I wouldn't be shocked if he ends up becoming evil, or maybe it's like one of those he thinks he's doing the right thing type thing. I mean, I would assume that this show has plans for a season 2. I don't feel like this story's going to wrap up in was it 2 episodes left now?
Yeah, 7 and 8.
I would imagine this show is meant to have a second season. I hope it gets a second season. I don't know what the viewership is, but it's really good. I hope people are watching it.
Yeah, me too. It's great.
I said that last episode was like amazing. The one, like, that was like one of the best episodes. And the whole, like, when they're walking that weird, like, lava crusted, and the kid ends up like getting thrown. She gets thrown in like the water and it seals up immediately, and they have to like try to free her. Like the whole thing, like when Willow loses the stick, and not Willow, Lauren Dannon loses the stick. Do you notice her hair is changing?
Yes.
She had a big patch of red hair, because as a baby, she had red hair.
Oh, yeah.
And I wonder if they dyed it or they did something to make her blonde.
That's funny.
So again, people wouldn't realize it's her. She's a redhead. And I think like that's like her true self is coming through.
Yeah,
basically.
For sure. Well, I think, it seems like obviously she's changing quite a bit. It's just really well done. You know, the whole thing is really well done.
All the characters interact well with each other.
Yep.
Some are better than others.
You can definitely see, because I don't think they're going to solve the Mad Mardigan thing this season.
Or it'll be the cliffhanger.
Yeah, and you could definitely see room for at least a second season.
It's kind of cool if like they go to a place and there's a guy with a cloak, and he turns around and he pulls his hood down, and it's Val Kilmer. And Kit or Lauren Dannon's holding out like a stick.
Yeah.
And the camera pans top view.
And
it ends there, leaving a cliffhanger.
Yeah.
You do you know what I'm referencing, right?
No, I'm trying to remember.
The end of Force Awakens.
Oh yeah, that's right.
She flies to the island.
Yeah. And it's Luke,
And then she's holding the lightsaber out, and Luke's like, and then it ends. He doesn't even have any dialogue.
Oh, that was so frustrating.
You know, what a fucking that's the biggest fucking letdown in the entire fucking trilogy, is that you didn't get all 3 together. What a
yeah.
Like, that's just even do a flashback.
Yeah, that's inexcusable.
Bullshit. Cheated. Redo the whole thing.
Well, they probably will in like 15
Pretend
years.
it never happened. Redo the whole thing. Even though, unfortunately, Carrie Fisher died. Who cares? Make her a fucking cartoon character. Just like Luke.
It's just like Cool World. Just like with
Cool World. I'm not. No, I didn't mean like a remake, like CGI, like they're doing with Luke. Literally, Cool World,
like Roger Rabbit. Yeah.
No, I want Cool World with fucking what's her face,
Kim Basinger,
Hollywood, if she could. Yeah. I want a buxom 2D character. And it's supposed to be Leia.
Yeah. And have My Life with the Thrill Kill Cult do the soundtrack. Be perfect. Be perfect. Well, I have really loved the Willow series. It is we're going to talk in a minute about like how great this year has been for TV, but this has been one of those shows that I wasn't convinced I was going to like it a whole bunch.
First episode's a little shaky.
It is. But quick,
by the second so one, fun. It's fully in.
Yeah, it's fun. It moves quickly. The pacing is good. Even it's
actually funny when it's funny.
Yeah, it's funny.
It's not like jokes are like failing. Like it's funny.
Yeah. So
What's face is so good. Like Warwick Davis, I feel like is such a like I truly don't believe he gets the appreciation he deserves.
Yeah.
Like I said, I'll bring it up every podcast. Watch Life is Short. That he is so good on that. It is such a funny fucking show. It was made by Ricky Gervais, but it focuses on him.
Okay.
And he basically is playing like himself. There was like 2 seasons. Find it on HBO Max. Life is Short is so fucking funny. He has this like assistant who's so stupid. And he is such an asshole, but like it is legitimately funny. Like,
yeah, I'll check that out. I like although I'm hit or miss on him, I like a lot of Ricky Gervais's shows. Like I thought
no, you're not supposed to like him anymore. He's
I don't like him, but like I haven't
he's you know what, regardless of what you think of him, he has actually made legitimately good shows.
Yeah. And he's made like interesting
ones. Office is good. The original Office is great.
Yep. Afterlife is good. Extras is good. Yeah.
The one with him where he plays like the simple guy in an old age home.
Derek. I could do without that one.
That was a tough one.
That was tough.
The one he made recently was good with where his wife died.
Afterlife.
That one's good. That's a depressing episode.
It's super sad. Yeah.
The ending of it was super depressing.
Yeah. Yeah. Oof. But he's good. I mean, I think his stuff is at least interesting, you know. Put it that way.
Now I'm thinking about that episode, it's making me upset.
Yeah.
That show was so good. What was it called again?
Afterlife, I think it was called.
Derek was like okay. It was like rough. It was a rough show to watch.
I didn't love it. It was fine. I mean, it wasn't my thing. So
yeah.
Oh well.
So yeah, Willow, watch Life is Short. Wait,
I will.
Let me make sure I get the title correct. It's so fucking funny. It is like, where is it? Warwick Davis has the best part in Rise of Skywalker.
Oh.
Do you remember?
No, I don't. What did he play?
Wicket. He came back as Wicket for 2 seconds.
Oh yeah, okay, I do remember that.
Yeah, you got to see Wicket in the end because, like, I don't know, there was like a destruction of like a starship or whatever, and he looks to camera, and I guess he has a son now.
Yeah,
it was cute. It was like, oh, this is like the best part of the entire movie. Well, I wish they made this movie instead.
The Ewok Awakens,
where Wicket's dad is training his son to be a proper, I don't know, proper Ewok. I don't know what the fuck that means, but. Yeah, it's a whole fucking movie of that. Like, they don't have subtitles either.
Yeah.
That'd be awesome. All right, let me see where the fuck is this show? Yeah, Life's Too Short. That's what it was called.
Okay, cool.
So good. So good.
Yeah, I'll check that out.
Check out Willow if you like fantasy and adventure and watch Willow.
I think you could, even if you just like,
and if you never even saw the movie, watch it anyway.
It's just as good without, to be honest with you. I mean, like,
it's a perfect companion to the movie.
It is. I mean, you can maybe appreciate it on a different level or a deeper level, but I think the average person would like it.
Well, I think the Mad Mardigan thing, there's aspects that would make more sense. I mean, they reference a lot, like the general with the cool,
right? Yeah, that's true.
Skull mask and Bad Morta,
yeah,
the lady with the one who was a goat. You do need to see the movie, but I mean, fuck, if you're gonna watch a hour-long show with like 8 episodes, watching a movie 2-hour movie beforehand,
I
don't think is a huge task.
No, and it's a good movie to begin with.
It goes, it moves fast.
Yeah.
All right, so you want to talk about how great TV is this year?
Yeah, I was thinking about I did a post on Post News, a competing social media platform.
I don't know what that is.
The other day, and I was trying to think of like my top. A lot of people were posting their top 10 TV shows of 2022, and I put together a list, and I quickly realized like there's a lot of great TV on this year. I mean, there was like some okay TV, of course, but like there's a lot of TV, and this is just off the top of my head. I'll give you my top. I think this is top 10. And I put them in alphabetical order, so I wouldn't have to worry about like choosing one over the other.
All right.
I put Andor.
Yeah, that's good.
The Bear.
I didn't watch it.
I thought that was great. For All Mankind.
Yeah, that's good.
I put Hacks on there. The last
I don't think
season.
I watched that.
Oh, I thought you told me about that.
Wait, what was Hacks again?
Hacks was the
Hacks. Yeah, that show's great. The one with
Gene Smart. Yeah,
I forgot the name. I was thinking like some computer show or something.
No,
Hacks. No, Hacks is great. Yeah. Was it Hacks? Is that what it's called?
Yeah, it's called Hacks.
Yeah, Hacks is a great show.
Yeah. And then I put Peacemaker, which I'd forgotten was this year.
Peacemaker was great.
The Sandman I actually put on there.
Sandman was good.
Severance, which is my number one show.
Severance is amazing.
I put She-Hulk. Of all the Marvel shows, I put that. I liked it a lot.
What other Marvel shows came out this year? Oh, Moon Knight, She-Hulk, Miss Marvel.
Miss Marvel came out. Was it Miss Marvel?
Yeah, right. Moon Knight. Was there one more, or was it just those 3?
Jeez, I looked it up at the time. I thought there was some more. Wasn't What If out this year too?
It was this year or the end of last year. I loved What If. I thought that was great.
Yeah. But of all the Marvel ones, I was like, I'm going to put a Marvel show in there, and I was like, you know what? She-Hulk was the one I looked forward to most each year.
I guess it's only Moon Knight, She-Hulk, and Miss Marvel. I mean, She-Hulk definitely was the most enjoyable. I mean, I liked Moon Knight. I thought it was well done, but there's things I would have done differently about that show. Same thing with Miss Marvel. I think where She-Hulk succeeds is by giving it 9 episodes.
Yeah.
I think fleshing out and allowing for more fun stories. I heard, and this might be bullshit, I heard they said that Wong is getting his own show and it's going to star Madison.
I heard that.
I don't believe that.
I don't believe it either. I did hear that. Well, my last 2 were, and this one I almost forgot about. I put Star Trek Strange New Worlds on my top 10.
I liked that, and I also really liked Orville.
Oh, I did not see that. My number 10.
Someone asked him, he's like, "Are we going to get another season?" Because there's been any mentioning. And Seth MacFarlane just came out and said straight up, he's like, "Listen, I'm not going to tell you yes or no. We would love to make another season, but it is an expensive show, and the way streaming is these days, it's very iffy." Because the problem is, I think unfortunately this year too, is a lot of reality has been kicking in, where all these companies have been dumping money into streaming and putting out these really expensive shows, and then they're not getting what they want in return, and the shows don't get fucking renewed. That's why it's like, they even announced Wednesday season 2. Wednesday, and the Wednesday show, that's a good one.
That's a great. They have not announced it, but that was number 10 on my list. Was Wednesday? They said that
it's literally like the most watched show on Netflix ever, or something insane. Like
it's really, it's good. I don't know why they would. I mean, like,
Like it didn't look like a cheap show, but you can't tell me that was the most expensive show they ever put out. Stranger Things, that shit is like cinematic as fuck. Stranger Things is like insane, the special effects they put into that show. That
I like Stranger Things.
Each episode this season, that was a good. Stranger Things was great because I felt like it was like a return to form on that show.
It was.
What they say? Like each episode was like $30 million. It was
a crazy amount.
I mean, it's like the budget of like small movies and something.
Yeah. I did put here's my like absent, but I still liked them a whole lot. I put Stranger Things, I put Moon Knight, I put Ozark, The Peripheral, Willow, and that's it. And I also said I didn't add things like Inventing Anna or The Dropout or any of those limited series.
Yeah, they're limited series.
Yeah.
What about did you watch White Lotus yet?
I watched the first episode. I'm going to continue watching it. I didn't like it.
You just have to watch it.
Yeah. I watched it after we watched Glass Onion, and we watched it together.
I would say, and I said this to my wife, and she's gonna hear the podcast. She listens to it, and she's gonna hear because I've said it multiple times. I said White Lotus, that Knives Out is the same thing as White Lotus. It's the same. It's the weird, different characters are all like higher class, and there's a lower class, like underclass people in it, kind of like how the this season there's like these prostitutes in Italy, and then there's like the upper class people, and like Knives Out's like that, where there's like the
all right,
rich as fuck, and then there's like the working, it's like, and it's the same kind of people in it. So I said I can imagine the same people like White Lotus, like Knives Out.
All right, I am gonna give it a shot.
Yeah, people who like Adam Sandler movies also like and I totally forgot the guy's name, that singer.
Adam Sandler movies.
Like anyone like
Kid
the
Rock?
guy was in Adam Sandler movies. What's his name? He was like I would call like frat music, like
I'm drawing a blank.
Cargo shorts wearing.
Sammy Hagar?
No, different music.
No,
I don't. Like that. Oh, come on, what's his name?
Like Blues Traveler?
No, close. You're getting there.
Dave Matthews?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. People who like Adam Sandler love Dave Matthews so much that Dave Matthews has actually starred in a couple of Adam Sandler movies.
All right.
That's how you know. He knows. Oh, he knows that it's like this. Just like people who like White Lotus
will like Knives Out.
Will like Knives Out.
Well,
how people who like Larry the Cable Guy love meth.
I will give White Lotus a shot just because I've heard so many good things about it. I will say, like, at the end of the first episode, I was like, this is like kind of depressing, and like I don't like any of these people.
Yeah, they're all horrible. They're all horrible, but it's funny. And the second season, again, it's the same thing. They're all terrible, but there's some endearingness to some of these characters. I don't know why I like the show. It's like that Family Guy episode when Peter is watching TV and there's a voice on the TV that says, "You will like Breaking Bad and The Wire. You will tell everyone that you like Breaking Bad and The Wire." And he's like, "I don't like Breaking Bad and The Wire. I won't tell everyone I like Breaking Bad." Well, like one of those things.
I will say that one of the weird things, because I easily named 15 shows that I loved this year. And one of the downsides to that is that, like, if a show wasn't really good, I just didn't have time for it. Like, there was always something good on. Like, there for a while, I was like,
a lot of good distractions.
Yeah. So, like, if like, it's a coincidence I happened to watch The Bear. My wife and kid were out of town. The Bear was on Hulu, FX for Hulu or something, and I watched all 8 episodes in the afternoon. And it was a quirk because, like, if I had to sneak like an episode in, like between other I don't know if I would have been able to get through it all. And it was just
another good show that's on Hulu. Fleischman. Let me see what's it called. You know, my wife has been watching this. Let me see if I'm spelling it right.
Someone was telling me about a show called like Murderville that sounded great.
Fleischman's in Trouble. It's on Hulu.
I've heard about this.
This is a really good show. That's depressing as fuck. But it's good.
Have you heard about
a lot of great people in it?
Have you heard Murderville or Murder?
Yeah, what is that? Did I watch that?
I think it's a Will Arnett game show.
Oh yeah, Murderville is it came out like last year with Murderville. It's basically the joke is that like he's playing a detective and there's all these recurring characters. But what they'll do is they'll throw a guest on and they'll tell them nothing about it. And the guest will be like Conan O'Brien or some other like player. They have that.
Jason Bateman is the one I heard. Yeah.
And they're not told anything. And they have to kind of just go along with it. So the whole thing's kind of like improv, but like
I got you.
Everyone else is in on it. So it's pretty funny. It's kind of like Mad Libs, but
okay.
And he doesn't operate character. And they did a Christmas episode that had Jason Bateman, which is great because it's Arrested Development.
Yeah.
And Maya Rudolph and Pete Davidson showed up too. That one, you have to watch the Christmas episode. It's so fucking funny. And what's his face too? The guy from Will and Grace. The one who was like
Mulcahy or what's his name? Mulvaney?
Not the main guy, the friend. Jack?
Yeah. What's his name?
I forgot. He's in it too. And it's so
Sean Hayes is his real name.
It's just legitimately funny. Like, because the whole thing, like I said, Will Arnett plays it like completely straight. Like, this is like loser, like detective, whatever, or cop. I don't even know.
Yeah.
And he has like, it's like he's divorced from the captain was his wife. And it's just like this recurring plot, but then you have the guest thrown in and they're told nothing. And like the best is I don't want to ruin it. Just watch it.
Yeah. All right, I'll check it out.
At least watch the Christmas episode. The Conan O'Brien episode is fucking hysterical.
Well, a lot of people have told me that the show itself is really good. People have kind
of
said
all the episodes are good, but the Conan O'Brien one is just the fact it's Conan O'Brien. Is worth watching.
He's good.
Yeah, that's a good one to watch. Yeah. But you know what's not a good one to watch? Andrew Tate.
Andrew Tate.
Here we go. We're gonna pivot.
Yes.
You notice that word gets used too much?
Yeah.
I feel
it's a useful word though.
What?
It's a useful word.
Yeah, but it's one of those words where it just gets used too much now.
Yeah.
Like thinking outside the box. Remember that?
Right.
That was a good one. Like pivot, like it's a good word and it is useful, but I see it being used like it's just one of those words that get used in like that was the best part of Glass Onion was the disruptors, which is totally making fun of Elon Musk too because they're like disrupting everything. It's so stupid. It's just like it's such a fake like it's a business disruptor. This company's a disruptor.
Yeah. Well, people say it like it's some sort of good thing, but like disruption is generally not a good thing. I mean, like it's
like they're using this word to hide the fact that like I don't know, a million people are going to lose their jobs.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I mean, like disruption can be like good, like the introduction of the cell phone that disrupted life, and it's probably ultimately positive in some ways, but like it doesn't mean
that horror movies are made. You got to lose the cell phone first now,
right? Yeah,
you have the cell phone then
for sure. Well, Andrew Tate. Okay, I had never heard of Andrew Tate, but he is like a Dave Bautista-esque character from
Not
Glass
Dave
Onion.
Bautista, to be clear. He is I don't know much. I didn't know much about this guy. I guess he was like a former kickboxer.
Yep.
And he's just like a horrible person who's like, just like a men's like chauvinistic, really shitty views.
Yeah.
I don't understand how this guy's big, but he puts out like this tweet. And I'm like, how is this guy this rich though? Because
I don't know. Well, he was born in America, but he moved to England, and then he did like kickboxing or something. He did really well. And then he kind of got like into a just celebrity thing. He was on Celebrity Big Brother. Where he got kicked off for like beating a woman with a belt. He and then he did a lot of business ventures in Romania.
Yep, and supposedly he's done human trafficking.
Well, yeah, he did pornography, and a lot of people were saying, like, I don't know how much this is true or not true, because like I said, I had never heard of him before the other day. He would basically produce pornography and then like blackmail the men that purchased the pornography, something to that effect. You know, it was like
webcam, it's like underage or something.
Well, it was like webcam girls, and even if they weren't underage, they would be like, you know, is your wife home? Or, you know, I mean, like they would threaten to reveal that they were watching pornography.
He's a truly an awful person.
Just a real shitty person.
Like this is like a guy who's basically like a criminal. Like,
right.
This is not a good person. Like, this is beyond just like, yeah, Ben Shapiro's a piece of shit.
Yeah.
And he has horrible views. But as far as I know, he's not blackmailing people.
This is probably like a super shitty person. Right. This is a super shitty person, though, like Ben Shapiro, who started getting rewarded for being a shitty person and then doubled down on being a shitty person.
So he was removed from Twitter like a year ago, whatever, and he's just one of the people who came back thanks to Musk. Musk brought back all the chuds.
Yep.
And he puts out this tweet, and again, it's so lame because it's like, really, they're still going after this girl. This is like, it's like 2017 still. Greta Thunberg was this activist. She's still an activist, I guess. I mean, she's like 20 now or something like that. She was famous for being this kid. I honestly don't understand. I don't know a lot about her enough to the fact, except for like her famous speech. I don't know how she got so big. I don't know how she got in the forefront. I don't know why she's the one. I have no idea. She must be the kid. I feel like she must be the kid of somebody, you know? I remember seeing some other young guy who was like this activist guy, and Bill Maher was pumping him, and all these other people were pumping him. There's like this kid. He was like, he had long hair. Who the fuck is this guy? He's trying to, you know, he's just some rich kid, you know? It's like, who is he? I don't know. I don't know if she is that. I don't know anything about her, but she became like the boogeyman of the right.
Yeah.
They constantly attack her, like, fucking, what's his name? What's that fucking piece of Crowder put out some gross tweet years ago. Was a minor still, saying something about raping her or something. It was really
bizarre,
gross. Like real just nasty. Like, this is a girl. Like, what is wrong with you?
It's a real life person, yeah.
Yeah, but it's a kid.
Yeah.
And you know, it's like, okay, so I guess on our side we got Greta Thunberg and they got Kyle Rittenhouse. So
right.
He puts out a tweet, says, hello at Greta Thunberg. So he adds her.
Yeah.
I have 33 cars, which is another way of saying he has a tiny dick.
Yeah.
My Bugatti has a W16 8.0L quad turbo. Like, first of all, how is this guy that rich that he has a Bugatti? Bugatti's like a fucking...
Oh, yeah.
No, I mean, like, kickboxing made that much money. I mean, like, what do you get, like $50 to be in kickboxing?
Yeah, I have no idea how he got that money, but I mean
clearly it's all illegal shit. I mean, like, blackmailing people, like you said. My two Ferrari A12 Competizione have 6.5 L V12. This is just the start. Please provide me your email so I can send a complete list of my car collection and their respective enormous emissions. And she writes back, oh, God.
It's hilarious.
Where's the Greta? I gotta find the Greta Thunberg thing.
Well, she writes back what became like a top 25 tweet. I got it right here. She says, let's see. Yes, please do enlighten me. Email me at smalldickenergy@getalife.com. Like,
and what does it have? The amount? Do you have the current?
Well, this was a couple days ago. This was 2 days ago. It was 2.8 million likes. And I guess I can look it up now.
It says she quote tweets for replies. Yes, please do like me. Email me at smalldickenergy@getalife.com. That's one day ago. That has 223 million views, 609, 3.2 million likes, 609,000 retweets. So this fucking clown got ratioed so fucking hard. That's why I made that tweet with the character from Glass Onion looking in the mirror, like in window, seeing, it's like, and he didn't even know how to respond. He puts out like a tweet basically with like a video of him eating pizza and like trying to like that whole like, that they call them like Wojaks, whatever.
Yeah.
With shitty drawings, whatever that go around. And one of them is the angry face, crying angry face with a mask over it, like smiling. And but they're really angry.
Yeah.
And that's pretty much what it was. But the joke is he put out this video of him eating pizza. And I guess that got a lot of views. And because of that, it alerted the authorities in Romania. I guess he wasn't supposed to be living there anymore because him and his brother are wanted.
I don't understand this part of the story, but essentially it was a small local chain of pizzerias and it tipped off the police in Romania that he was local.
Because
and they
he was eating pizza and he left the box there, and the box had the address on the end printed on it. And it showed that he was in Romania. And I guess, again, he's wanted there for human trafficking. So supposedly he was arrested. Him and his brother were arrested.
Him and his brother. He got his brother arrested.
This whole thing is hysterical. First of all, Elon Musk changing Twitter and making it the views makes this even funnier.
Yeah.
The fact that she got like what was it again?
Well, right now, at the time, I said it was like 2.2 million.
3.2 million likes. It has been viewed 223 million times.
That puts it right now as the 7th most liked tweet on Twitter ever.
But the views alone, 223 million views is insane.
Yeah.
And it's funny because the Musk thing, I don't know, like he probably doesn't give a fuck. I don't think Elon Musk gives a fucking shit about Andrew Tate, but they're all part of the same chud circle. They're on that island together, and Elon Musk is promising Andrew Tate to be that he'll be the spokesman for Alpha News.
Yeah.
Oh, that was in the Glass Onion. Sorry.
Right.
It's really funny, but this is where Twitter's great because this motherfucker was arrested because this guy couldn't help try to like respond, and he like outed where he was, and I guess he was in a country that he's wanted in.
It's just so, and it's even funnier that like Elon Musk got so butthurt over like my location at the time. He was so pissed off about like Elon Jet or whatever, but this Andrew Tate did it to himself. He just like live tweeted his location, and then
he put out a video, and I think it wasn't just on Twitter. It was like wherever he had.
It's true. But it's this guy. I mean, like, look, I don't know. Maybe he gets released on his own recognizance tomorrow, and he goes off and has a happy life or whatever. Or maybe he spends the rest of his life in a Romanian prison, moments after bragging about his dick size. Movie? Midnight Express or whatever.
He's in what kind of prison was it?
That was Turkish prison. Yeah.
Oh God.
Well, I don't know. All I do know though is that if I were Andrew Tate and I had just gotten into a big Twitter thing about how big my dick was and how much money I had, and then I found myself in prison, that would suck.
You get wrecked by a little girl. Like the joke is she a little girl? I mean, now she's like a young woman, but she'll always be a little girl. She'll be the fucking girl that was giving the speech.
Yeah.
Like, how dare you?
Right.
She's like still little, and it's like kind of funny with the accent, and it just makes it funnier that he was completely destroyed by this person.
Yeah, it was so dismissive too.
Just put out just a great response of just like, you have a little dick. I mean, like right off the bat. I mean, when it puts out tweets says, "Hey, hello, Greta Thunberg."
Yeah.
Very good cars. Is literally the response is, "This man has no penis." Like, what is that's like a line from a movie or something. So this man, that's from Ghostbusters.
Oh, yeah.
Says, "This man has no penis." Let me see if I can find that gif.
Well, it is true too, because like even if this guy wasn't a raging tool, That is a dick thing to say. Like, look how many cars I have. I'm so wealthy. And I mean, like, that's universally considered like a shit thing to do. But the guy just got clowned on, and maybe he's going to be in prison because he couldn't keep his mouth shut for 2 minutes. It's just such a nice thing to see, a karma come back this hard at him. So
right.
Yeah. Well, and now I've heard of Andrew Tate, so he's even more famous than he used to be.
Sorry, I'm trying to find a gif of Bill Murray saying this man has no dick.
That was well, it was a good one. Andrew Tate too took over Twitter, and the person probably most relieved at all this is George Santos, who had been having a rough couple Twitter days.
Well, I think the amount of coverage, though, George Santos was never going to get as much coverage as the Andrew Tate thing. I mean,
yeah.
Okay, so we're talking about George Santos, played by Guillermo from What We Do in the Shadows.
Yeah. So he also reminds me of a Simpsons. He looks like a Simpsons character.
He looks like a Roblox character.
Yeah.
So again, it's like, I guess people were asleep at the wheel. This guy won in New York, in a district that I guess Biden won by. I don't know if it was redrawn enough that maybe the right wing was able to win because of that.
I don't know.
But this guy making all these claims that, he was gay and all that. Like, I don't know. He's still, like, his politics still sucked in the end anyway. That was probably the most honest thing, was how shitty his politics were. And he was like a January 6th denier. That should have been bad enough as it is. But it's been revealed he's not Jewish. He's not this. He's not this. He was married like 2 weeks before he entered the race in 2020 or whatever. Like, to a woman. Like, there's all these, it's like this guy doesn't really exist. The person that
is crazy.
The person that was elected into office is not real. It's like the Republican Party catfish the voters, basically.
Well, I mean, like, any one of these lies would be pretty egregious. Like,
if a Democrat got caught doing one or two of those lies, they'd be gone. Like, a good example is Kate Hill. What's her name? Kate Hill or whatever?
Katie Hill? Yeah, she had an affair. Yeah,
she had an affair with a woman, a staffer or whatever, and then you find out it was basically like revenge porn from her ex-husband or some bullshit. And she fucking resigns within a day, and it's like, what the fuck, dude? Stay. Yeah. And the season ended up getting taken by a Republican. I don't know if it's still a Republican run. That was like 3 or 4 years ago. But it was like, fuck. It's like one fucking thing, and they leave. But this fucking guy's gonna get seated probably.
Oh yeah, he will.
Did you see that clip, though, of Tulsi Gabbard ripping him apart?
Yeah.
How bad do you have to be?
No.
That fucking Tulsi Gabbard ends up looking like a legitimate newscaster.
Well, they say that the Republicans are like beginning to kind of like come.
They don't give a shit.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think anything will come of it, but like, this is a tough one. I mean, like, this is so egregious. Like, there's so many lies, and they're all real bad. And I guess now he's under state and federal investigation, and they're going to track down where that money came from. I mean, and that can't be good. That's going to point to some other people. I don't know. This guy had never had a job or something like that, and all of a sudden he had like $800,000 like in one day. Yeah, and they asked him like recently, "Hey, where'd you get this $700,000?" And he's like, "I help high net worth clients make deals." And they're like, "What the fuck does that mean?"
All you need to know is the fucking Supreme Court. What was it? Citizen United or something? Yeah. That's your answer right there. Who the fuck knows? Could be like Saudi Arabia. It could be Russia. It could be Elon Musk. It could be like anybody, Yeah.
It's something though.
Fucking like Koch brothers funneled through. Who the fuck knows? It's like the same people who paid for Kavanaugh's fucking
his mortgage and
baseball tickets or whatever. Like,
it is weird. I get how you can't prosecute someone for lying. I mean, I understand that, like, intellectually, like, because then you get like, I don't know, people lie. You can't criminalize that in a broad sense, but like you can criminalize lying about certain things, and I wonder if this guy broke laws. It feels like he should have, but like I don't know that he did. It's just crazy. I can't imagine like anyone taking him seriously about anything. You know what I mean? Like, I know that if I were in Congress, whenever this guy got up to talk, I would literally be rolling my eyes and making jerking off motions. I mean, like, there's no way. I would not like for a minute treat him as
donkey noises the whole time.
Yeah. I mean, I wouldn't. I would like
noises.
I would. Yeah. I would be basically.
He looks like a. He does. He looks like a. He just looks like a fake person.
He looks like Lionel Hutz.
It's like there's nothing there. It's a made up person at this point.
Yeah, that picture of
like, is that even his fucking name?
Look at Lionel Hutz, and that's what this guy looks like. I mean, straight up. Like, doesn't he?
This guy sucks. I don't know. It just shows that like because of this fucking guy, no Democrat should ever fucking resign ever for nothing. If they get caught stealing from a baby, they should be like, no, I'm staying.
I will say, and you told me this, that a local newspaper started ringing the alarm bell, like the Long Island Register or whatever, started saying like, hey, he may not be Jewish, or like, hey, he may not, and no one really listened, but like, fuck, whoever is running the Democratic Party in that congressional district, they need to fire all of them and hire kids that know how to use Google, because like this should have been real easy to catch.
Or how about the media too? I mean, like
Joe Biden won this district has not gone to a Republican.
It doesn't make any sense. How does a fucking like January 6th apologist get in? I don't like this isn't a fucking like just a Republican who's like, oh, you just have a different way of thinking. It's like, no, this guy is like a fucking election denier. Like politics.
Whoever it was running the Democratic opposition needs to get out of there and let someone else in. The Democrats should have been all over this guy. They should have won this race like in a landslide. It's inexcusable that no one caught this and made a big deal about it. The Democrats should have been.
Republicans get away with murder.
They should have been using this guy as an example to run against other Republicans. They should have been in Wisconsin talking about the kind of candidates the GOP is putting forth, like this George Santos guy.
I think it doesn't matter. I think people who vote Republican don't give a fuck about the truth.
True.
That's true. You tell them that it's a liberal line, that George Santos is everything he says. Don't believe it. It's George Soros. It doesn't make a fucking difference. These people's brains are fucking mealworms. Did you see that video that went around of Joe Rogan talking about these boxers?
No, I don't think so.
Oh God, this is great video where Joe Rogan goes on. First of all, he's dressed up like an astronaut, which just makes it even better. Wearing like a weird NASA astronaut thing, which is all part of that weird conspiracy shit. It's like it gets into like Nazi stuff and all this other weird shit. Like, so he wears his NASA outfit, and he's watching a video of two guys boxing.
Okay.
And he's told, or he thinks it's a video that supposedly was found on Facebook. And the guy in the video is basically saying that it's a father and son fighting. And he's talking, Joe Rogan's trying to put out this like really heartfelt thing about how bad this is. And like, the father's beating up the son. The father's built. Look at him. The son clearly has never fought. The son's going to come out with brain damage. And if he doesn't anyway, he's going to resent his father. And it just goes on for like 2 minutes. And it's just like this, like, you could tell like he's so deep into this. He has so many thoughts about this. He's like talking about the physicality behind it and how bad it is and how this is not going to be good for the son. And then his guy, I forgot the guy's name, Gene or whatever his fucking name is.
Yeah, I know. Yeah,
He's like, yeah, that's not the case. This is like two YouTubers.
Jeez.
One of them just happened to be like a little older. It's two YouTubers fighting, and they were not father and son. And Joe Rogan's like, "Oh man, I'm such a fucking sucker for this shit." It just showed, like, I mean, I'm bringing that up like with the George Santos thing, but it's like reality is what you want it to be. I mean, Trump lied 99.99% of the time.
Yeah,
during his presidency, and it never mattered. I mean, George Santos is a scrub, though. Like a candidate, a person like him should not be able to have the same
latitude or whatever
as Trump. Who then Trump shouldn't have that latitude either, but at least
it's understandable.
Kind of makes sense because he was this brand and everyone knows who he is, and he's a cartoon character. This is an unknown person. It's like, who the fuck are you? This person should not be allowed in power. You know, it's like the same thing with like fucking what's her face, Carrie Lake. It's like she's trying to pull the same shit as Trump. It's like, bitch, you lost. No one gives a fuck about you.
Yeah.
You're a local TV show host. No one cares about you. You don't have the same fucking pull that this ass clown had. Like no one's gonna believe you. You fucking lost, as we all knew you were going to.
Yeah.
But yeah, this should be an easy one. This guy, because the Republicans will still retain that. They said that the joke is that I guess he's come out in support of Kevin McCarthy, so therefore Kevin McCarthy's not gonna like not see him.
Right. Yeah, I think the word that I've heard is that Kevin McCarthy wants to keep him around, win his election to speaker, and then figure out a way to kind of like push him out to pasture. But
bullshit.
They'll leave him.
Like, fucking Marjorie Taylor Greene. Marjorie Taylor Greene took over the entire party.
But this guy, I mean, if he winds up having committed federal crimes, he might be fucked. You know, I mean, this might get him. You know,
I would not count on it. This guy will serve, and he'll probably get reelected, and he'll just.
Well, the Democrats will. I mean, like with this guy, the Democrats will just have to get a reasonably competent candidate, and they should take back the seat. But by then, it won't matter. He'll have like sat in there for 2 years. He'll get a lifetime pension and health care, and
not lifetime, but it's more than they deserve for just 2 years of service.
Well, it's not lifetime.
No, I don't think so. You have to win more than like. I think it depends. Congress people get lifetime. Let's see, lifetime benefit. Congress person gets lifetime. Come on, fix this.
I thought you did. I've never. Yeah, I guess I haven't really like researched it or anything, but
members of Congress. Okay, myths about Congress. Myths. Members of Congress are exempt from insider trading laws. Members of Congress, their staff, and their families do not have to pay back student loans. There's no student loan benefit for members of Congress. They still have to pay it back. Members of Congress can retire and receive this full salary after serving just a single 2-year term. Okay, here we go. I'm glad this shows up. Right?
Yeah.
Members of Congress have no tenure. All House members are elected every 2 years. Congressional members' pension, if earned, is similar to all federal employees. 2007. So a member of Congress first elected in 1984 or later are covered automatically under the federal employee unless they decline. Blah, 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 blah. Members are eligible for pension at age 50 if they've completed 20 years of service.
Oh, wow.
So, no, they're covered in the 2 years they have it. But once they're out,
all right,
it's like any other job, you know? I mean, I guess like if you serve a certain amount of time.
It's like Steve King probably has done. He's got like 70 some years in the system.
So according to PolitiFact.com, a 3-term congressman would be eligible for $17,588 after 6 years of work upon reaching retirement age. That's what they would get as pension, I guess, or something. So wait, who did you say? Steve King?
Steve King. Isn't he the one that's been in there for like
the one from Long Island?
No, the one from Iowa. Who am I
thought he was kicked out. They primaried him. He's not a congressman.
You're right.
I said that he's probably like, what the fuck? Like I was the crazy one and I was too crazy for them.
Yeah.
Now I'm like the fucking standard.
You're right. He got he did get bounced out of there.
So no, I mean he's gonna collect benefits while he's there. This guy, just like Bobert's gonna collect benefits while she's there, you know.
He's such.
Did you see? Did we talk about that when Zelensky? Did we talk about that last week?
Zelensky we did when Zelensky,
and then she didn't fucking stand up for Matt Gaetz.
Yep, yeah, that was we talked about that, like how Zelensky wore like we talked about what he wore to the
and they were all angry about it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I don't know. I don't know what's going to come of George Santos. I hope he gets chucked out and thrown.
I don't think anything will happen to him.
Yeah, I agree.
He'll just become another Republican politician.
Yeah.
Again, they don't care. All they have to do. I mean, I will say this: maybe the fact that Tulsi Gabbard was allowed to say all those things to him ripped him apart. That's a signal right there that this guy's on the way out.
Well, I think there is.
That was Fox News. That's not like The Hill or something. That's Fox News.
Yeah.
And they're fucking right wing. If they wanted to keep him, she wouldn't have asked those questions.
I think there probably is some discussion in the Republican Party about like, well, what do we do now? You know what I mean? Like we got the House. We didn't get as much as we wanted. We're still making good grounds in the Supreme Court and everything. But like clearly the election, the Trump wing of the party isn't selling. Isn't doing well, and it's going to do even less well.
It is the only thing that really does well in the end on a national level. Like, they don't have anything.
Yeah, I don't know. I think that they might want to refine it or retune it to some degree.
I think they're just going to get more and more Marjorie Taylor Greene.
Mm-hmm. Could be.
That's it. I don't think the days of John McCain are as gone as Meet the Parents sequels.
Yeah. Well. That could be.
Hold on, man. Look, they're making another Meet the Parents. What?
Yeah, right. All right, so we got this
time. Ben Stiller's the parent, and he's got to be met.
Yeah, right. It'll be like that '90s show with Eric and Donna.
Oh, that looks like shit.
I watched
the trailer for the '90s show, and I thought I was watching a Nickelodeon show. That trailer looked like okay. So the grandparents, Red and the wife, are like the main characters. I guess Eric and them. They're not the main stars. They appear here and there.
Yeah.
It's like their kids live with them because the parents like, here we go again. And I was like, oh God. And it just looked bad. Like none of the kids, like, because the thing is, like, when you watch the 70s show, everyone had a unique look.
Yeah.
All the kids, Hyde, who cannot be mentioned because
right. Yeah.
Bad boy.
Yeah, apparently,
right? Kelso and the two girls and the main guy and Fez, like they all had like very unique looks. And these new cast, they just
it's
so bland looking. The new, I don't know if you saw the trailer at all.
I did not, but I was trying to think like I really enjoyed the 90s. Like I liked a lot of 90s music and a lot of what was going on in the 90s, but I don't know that it had like iconic imagery. You know what I mean? Like
tons of iconic imagery.
Like what? Like yeah, I guess so. Yeah.
The only funny thing about it from when I saw the trailer was that Fez now owns a salon. A hair salon. That's the only thing I thought that was like, oh, that's fun.
Nice. Yeah.
I guess the Lauren Pop. I forgot the redhead's name.
Yeah. Lauren Prepon or Prepon.
And what's the other guy? The main Eric. The main guy.
I forget who played him.
Well,
I always get him and Topher Grace.
They must make an appearance, but I don't think they star like they're regulars on the show.
Yeah, because Laura Prepon, she was in that Orange Is the New Black. She's been in
like 3 years ago.
I know, but she's been in enough stuff so that she doesn't need to go revisit that. I'm sure
she does not want to be in this shit. Well, it's funny because those two actors, the ones who played the Red and the woman, the wife,
were
always in stuff. He always shows up in things. He was recently in that the one about the Theranos. He was on that.
Oh yeah.
He was one of the lawyers or whatever.
Yeah.
She got what did she get? 11 years?
Yes. I don't know if it was 11, but that sounds about right. She got a chunk of time.
I thought the funniest thing, there's this ad on Hulu that gets aired. It's like the Disney package.
Yeah.
And they're showing like all the different faces. And like, of course, they highlight like Grogu. He's like,
yeah.
And it's all these half faces from different properties of like Hulu and Disney.
Mm-hmm.
And my favorite was like one side was like the Mandalorian, and the other half was
Elizabeth.
Theranos lady. And I'm just like, this looks
nice.
like whoever did the promotion for this did not do a good job on this. I'm sorry. This is so fucking weird. I hope cool. I hope she shows up in Star Wars. She plays like she's basically just that blonde woman from Andor. That lieutenant or whatever she was.
Yeah.
Somebody almost gets killed in the first season. That's the closest thing to the Theranos lady.
Yeah, probably in spirit too.
Yeah, so back to George Santos. I don't expect anything to happen. This guy will be there for fucking 50 years.
Well, we'll see. I mean, I think something might happen with him just because of the money, but we'll see.
I have no faith in anything happening to this guy.
Yeah.
I just Kevin McCarthy is a piece of shit coward.
He's terrible.
And the Republicans, because the thing is, if you admit, it's like they don't want to admit to anything. So like if you admit, that's why I like the joke about Carrie Lake or any of these election deniers is like, well then who's to say these people won? These Republicans won.
That's crazy. I will say,
go ahead, what?
Well, like a weird thing about like this is, I mean, these people like they'll deny the election, but then like if they deny the election, then their own elections are also called into question, you know?
Right, because like Trump claimed that those election was fake, but then wouldn't that mean like half the seated Republicans that won in 2020, then they shouldn't be there either then?
Yeah, I mean, you can't say that like if the election in Georgia was rigged or whatever, then like did Brian Kemp really win? I mean, like it just gets weird. The other interesting thing I think that's kind of on a related note is that all the Republicans that have been for the last few months talking about how they're going to subpoena Hunter Biden, they're going to subpoena this, they're going to subpoena that, all of them just ignored subpoenas the last 2 years.
Yeah.
Jim Jordan got subpoenaed. He just said, no, I'm not coming. So why would anyone honor any subpoena coming from Jim Jordan? I mean, like, I hope they don't. I hope they don't go in there.
I hope they don't either.
I hope they just say, you know, Jim, you didn't come when subpoenaed. I'm not coming, you know.
You didn't report on that pedophile.
Yeah.
What a bunch of people get.
I'm just like, none of you complied with any subpoenas yourselves. What makes you think we're going to start coming in?
I would just put out a press conference, say this is a joke. And we had legitimate concerns and they ignored it. I'm not going to
just say, look, when people are in charge that honor the rule of law, then we'll play ball with them. But like these people, they themselves don't think subpoenas are important. So no thanks.
Yeah, no, fuck that.
Well, shifting gears, the Southwest Airlines thing is
so they got crazy, right?
I don't know. Here's all I know is that like they canceled a fuck ton of flights over the last couple days.
Well, there was like the weather problem recently, and then I guess they just got fucked up after that.
Yeah, the big problem was, and I saw like on TikTok, I saw a bunch of people like bitching about the airlines and everything, and I'd be frustrated too. But like, look, you can't fly in a snowstorm in a blizzard. You know, you just can't. And if you cancel one flight, then that backs up a second flight, and next thing you know, you got a bunch of people stranded, and it sucks. But like, you can't fly in some weather. You can't fly through a hurricane. You can't fly in a blizzard. I mean, you just can't. But Southwestern, other airlines were canceling like 30-40% of their flights. Southwestern canceled like 80 or 90% of their flights, and the reason was the weather, sure, but it was also that the software they were using to track their employees couldn't keep track of where their employees were. It like kept track of where the employees should be, not where they are. So like if a flight attendant was having a layover in Phoenix and was scheduled to go to Albuquerque the next day, then all of a sudden Southwest Airlines computers thought the flight attendant was in Albuquerque, but they weren't. They were stuck in Phoenix. And so they couldn't figure out where anyone was or how to get their planes staffed or anything like that. And the reason they did that is because the people had been telling them year after year, you got to upgrade your computers. And they're like, no, our CEO, our board needs more money. We need more dividends. And it was just this fucking culture of corporate greed that caused
most of these motherfuckers, like I've worked in business and like that, and like I see some of these guys that get these jobs, man. They have bad intent right from the start. They're there to just like rape the company,
plunder it,
get a bunch of people fired, collect a huge bonus, and then they leave with like a huge golden parachute and they move on to the next company. And it's like this. And the thing is, like, not anyone could just do this. These are Ivy League class. These are like connected people. It's just one big fucking like circle jerk. And it's like, it's just gross.
It is.
These people don't have like, they're like parasites on the companies. They don't actually like,
yeah, exactly.
They don't care about the actual company. They don't care about the consumers. They don't really care about they definitely don't care about the employees.
Well, and with an airline, that's like a big deal. Like some people can't afford to be stuck.
On a federal level, I don't know. When it comes to a fucking airline, because you get like the freaking what do you call it? The
FAA or
whatever. Yeah, like there should be like fucking regulations on that. Like, your shit needs to be updated.
Well, there are some there are some regulations, and like they have to like refund people or pay penalties, but like they say they're rarely.
But they should be like, no, your systems need to be up to date with like
everything. But sometimes, like with this particular one, it doesn't necessarily matter because like some people they can't afford to take 5 days off work because Southwest Airlines can't get their shit together. Or maybe like there was one story where it was like a 13-year-old was getting sent home, like the couple had divorced, and the part of the custody arrangement is the kid had to go visit the dad during, whatever. And so the kid was 13, so they bought one ticket and the kid would fly, and the kid got stuck in, I think it was in Denver, and they're in the airport for 5 days. Like, that's 13-year-old kid, I mean,
that's I don't know. Crazy. Like, the thing is too, it's like we were thinking about, like, I was thinking about doing a quick trip back to New York during like this time of the year. I'm glad I didn't do that,
right?
I've been fucked.
Well, we drove to
but Michigan. Most of this is in Denver, right? Isn't this really like isn't the Denver airport like the worst one right now?
I don't know that. The one now that you're saying like, that, I've heard a lot of stories.
Terminals or 10 flights for Southwest there or something. So it like really affects. They have like a real major effects, and this is mostly a Southwest problem, right?
Yeah. All the airlines got hit. Like all of them had to cancel, but like that's super understandable. If I'm flying in winter and there's a snowstorm and my flight gets delayed, I'm still bummed. I'm still like frustrated, but like intellectually I get it. Like that'll happen.
Yeah, I think Southwest got rid of the CEO and put a new one in, but that new one has to deal with this shit either way.
Fucking crazy. I mean, like it's tough. It's real tough. And I don't know. Like I said, I remember we got my wife and I flew. This is far before we had a kid, but when we first met, we flew up to Michigan on Spirit. Went from Fort Myers, Florida to Detroit, and then
it's supposed to be like the worst one.
It's the absolute worst. And then we got up there, and the pilots went on strike, and the airlines wanted to break the union, so they said to everyone who had a ticket, "Your tickets are now null and void. Go blame the pilots." We didn't get a refund. We didn't get anything. We had to go buy new tickets on a separate airline to fly back to Florida. It was crazy.
Yeah, it's bullshit.
Yeah. Oh, wow. Well, hopefully they get it fixed. And Pete Buttigieg seems to be looking at ways to, I don't know, sharpen enforcement tools. I hope that works. I don't know. It's just
You
what a
won't say some
disaster.
generic platitudes like he said during his 2020 run for president.
Yeah. Well,
Obamanisms.
yeah, I think Mayor Pete, as I like to call him, I think he's been real good. He's like pretty pragmatic. He's been like one of the better surprises of the Biden administration.
Oh, I'm not saying he's gonna do a bad job. I'm just joking.
But I will say the thing he does well. That's what I was gonna finish it up with is like the things that make him a really effective cabinet member are also the things that make him so that he's not a great politician. You know, I don't think he's a great politician. I think he's like super competent and good, and he should have a job to do. You know, he can be a leader within that job, but I don't think he's like this great inspirational political leader or anything.
I don't know. Well, when it's him running against Ron DeSantis, you better fucking say the opposite.
Well, yeah, I mean, I was
no, that's not
absolutely.
He's great. I take that all back.
Yeah,
that's that rousing speech you gave the other day.
Yeah, actually, speaking of Ron DeSantis, his good buddy Greg Abbott, had a fun little.
Yeah, he puts out this disgusting tweet basically saying, "I sent a bus full of migrants to the front of Kamala Harris's house on like Christmas Eve.
Freezing cold.
Freezing weather. These people had like no clothes, like they have clothes, but they're not like prepared in any way. And I'm just like, how is this motherfucker still able to do this shit?
I mean,
and he does this while his own state freezes and parts of his state are without power.
Yeah. I don't. It's real frustrating because, like, I don't know why he's not been prosecuted. This seems clearly illegal to me. Maybe I'm wrong. Like, I'm not a lawyer or anything, but like, if this isn't illegal, then like, why isn't it illegal?
Yeah,
I mean, like, it's like what?
I mean, it's human trafficking. How is it not?
So why isn't the DOJ started making arrests? And separate from that, I'm like, how does this guy like show up in church the next day? Again,
They're
I'm
monsters.
I'm not a lawyer.
All
but
those
I'm not
churches in Texas are horrible. They don't fucking care about
but like
all the ones that back him, they're not Christian. They're not real Christians.
Yeah, I don't. Maybe that's it.
Or whatever you think a Christian is.
Yeah,
they're not.
It's just so weird. Like, I don't know how you
do that on Christmas Eve too.
Yeah, that's it. It's like you're going to your Christmas Eve service to talk about how like 2 immigrants had to sleep
helping
in
the poor, helping the needy, or whatever bullshit.
Well, isn't that the story of like Mary and Joseph? Weren't they basically like immigrants to the land, and they had to sleep in a barn because like there's like what are you doing? I mean, like I don't know. I mean, like I would have thought that like
I'm just
it's just so weird.
I don't even know what to say about it. I'm just amazed that he's still allowed to do this and has not faced any consequences.
I guess that's the bigger thing. It's like, look, the church as a whole, there are some churches that do great work. There are some legitimate churches that kind of like have the best view of Christianity and live it and do the work and everything. But for the most part, the church has just like become not only a political arm, but it's really become like a grotesque caricature of what it's supposed to be.
Well, at least the ones that support the Republicans.
Yeah. But anyway, so the church, whatever, but like, why isn't this against the law? Or
I don't understand how he keeps allowing to do this. And he puts out these tweets and it's just so gross and he's so snarky about it. And he's like, it's your problem. Biden doesn't care about anything to do with the border. I'm like, what are you talking about? And then you see like the same sentence or in a tweet in a different area, a Republican will be like, 5 tons of fentanyl was seized at the border. Okay, what's your point? That means they're doing their job.
And you know how you fix the fentanyl.
Are you upset it didn't get through? What I don't even understand isn't that literally the job that's supposed to be done at the border?
I don't know. I mean, like with the fentanyl thing too. I mean, I get addiction is a complicated thing, but like maybe like I don't know, put some. local resources into addiction?
But I mean any narcotic, not I mean even fentanyl, but like any like 5 tons of cocaine was seized at the border, and it's supposed to be like a dig at Biden. And I'm like, how is that a dig? You're literally saying that
they're just pissed off because it's mostly chuds that are eating fentanyl.
No, but I mean, like, what I'm saying though is like you're trying to own Biden and saying like this is not the own that you think it is. You're literally saying like you're complimenting.
Right, he's doing a good job. He's interdicting these drugs.
Yeah, these drugs didn't make it in. Would you prefer they got it?
Yeah. If there was no
I don't understand where you're angry about.
And the fentanyl, I was initially a little wrong on the fentanyl thing. I didn't think it was a big problem. Apparently, a lot of people are dropping dead because of fentanyl.
It is a problem, but the cops were making it out to be like.
Yeah, well, they were making it to be like
touching it.
Right.
It's like it's spores in the air.
No, it's like any other drug problem. I mean, this one's like a little intense.
An issue. It's just how the right wing and the cops and everything try to make this into some weird boogeyman thing.
Well, you know why you have
there are so many other problems besides fentanyl.
Plus, you have a fentanyl problem because we have a shitty healthcare system. People just want to eliminate pain rather than to like treat illnesses. Right. The economy's a shit show. People are like very not hopeful about the future, and it's there's no addictions treatments available. I mean, there's a bunch of different reasons why fentanyl is a problem, but it's not because like of the southern border. That's not it. I mean, like it's not like fentanyl is so appealing that these people are saying, well, it's either fentanyl or nothing. You know, I mean, if they weren't doing fentanyl, they'd be doing oxy, and if they weren't doing oxy, they'd be doing Michelob Light. You know, I mean, like they drink themselves to death. I mean,
it's the whole fentanyl thing like come from oxy, the whole oxy addiction thing. I thought it all stems from that.
I thought it was like some sort of like boiled down Fanta soda.
Yeah,
which apparently it's not.
Fanta. Got a Fanta.
Yeah, with the Fantanas. So exotic.
I love great fentanyl.
Well, that's the thing is that like if it's not
the classics, orange.
If it's not fentanyl, it would be Jack Daniels or whatever.
They would never do that to Jack Daniels. What are you talking about?
People abuse drugs because they can't tolerate their life. That's why this shit happens.
Besides just tolerating life, there is a leisure or release, whatever relief.
True, but people generally don't do fentanyl recreationally. People do.
No, that's usually not a recreational drug. Recreational drugs is like weed,
marijuana or cocaine, beer.
Yeah, like people are. There's some drugs that
crocodile.
You don't go to a party and be like, "Who wants to say, hey, man, let's smoke crack?" You know, like
right.
You don't want to be at the party where they're doing meth. You don't want to be at the party
you want to inject bath salts. You want to inject.
Yeah, no one wants to be doing that stuff. But like Molly and all that crap, like that's like you're
different. Yeah. Well, anyway, I
again, the big question is, and maybe that'll be I would like to know for 2023 is when's this motherfucker like DeSantis or Abbott going to face any consequences for what they're well, it's mostly Abbott now. Like DeSantis just did that one big stunt and he looked like a jackass, but Abbott's the one who's been continuing to do it. Every month there's like a new one. He's like nonstop.
Yeah.
At some point there's got to be something said. Like this is ridiculous.
Well, I don't know why like the people being trafficked themselves don't sue, or I don't. I mean,
these are people who are like not in the greatest position. That's like saying like
to
a rape victim. Well, why were you there? You know, like I mean, it's not you can't.
True, but like they
don't know. They're usually fleeing like a bad place.
Yeah.
On the run. They can't speak English most of the time. These are people who they are at their lowest low, and to just say like, oh, let me just get a lawyer. No, this has to be resolved in a different way. And like you said, the Justice Department or something, like there has to be something. This is ridiculous.
Yeah, no, that is a good point.
There has to be lawsuits, first of all. Like I'm surprised there's no lawsuits. Like there has to be.
Yeah, why is it Massachusetts suing? The state of Massachusetts.
I mean, the problem is you walk into like it's like they're trying to play that cynical game of like, oh, you don't want them,
yeah,
or you don't want our problem. It's like, but that's not. They should be prosecuted for human trafficking. Like it should be like there's literally
this would be like
being admitted.
This would be like California, like shipping all the confiscated firearms and dropping them off into the worst neighborhoods in Texas.
Yeah,
I mean, it's like there's this
I
similar
don't know
thing.
if it's the same thing, but
it's a similar thing. I mean, it's conceptually similar.
First of all, it's so stupid too because it's like, okay, you have this big problem at the border supposedly, right? And there's all these people coming in, and it's so dumb because it's like they're just shipping like 30, 40, 50 people on a bus. It's so stupid because like people in Texas should be like, first of all, like, how's this helping us? You didn't fix the grid. You didn't like. So when my power's out, oh, thank God you wasted all those resources.
Right.
I guarantee you, just like when you found out like how much money went into bringing those people into Martha's Vineyard, that was like that in itself sounds like a crime.
It does. I mean, it's crazy, and well,
it's like
I don't know.
Like, there's definitely some kind of grift going on here.
I do know though that like they make it easy. They make it easy to dismiss, their Christianity or their whatever. I mean, they
morality
just
or whatever.
Yeah, it's like, okay, so you did this to these people fleeing a shitty situation, coming to America, choosing to come to America, wanting to come to America for all things, and you like trick them onto a bus and then like film them, getting
who knows?
off.
Some of these people might not even want to be here.
Yeah, and
in there,
there's like children, there's like little kids.
It's just it's so gross. It's disgusting. And like, I'm surprised Kamala Harris doesn't come out. I mean, she's a horrible speaker, so I don't know if she'll come out.
I don't know. I mean, I don't know. Someone should. I'm surprised like a Gavin Newsom isn't coming out and like making more speeches about this.
Speaking of, you brought California. I guess it came out that like the police footage of the Pelosi attack came out, and everything that the right wing claimed wasn't true.
Yeah, go figure.
And well, they're like completely quiet about that. It's weird. Yeah. Basically, the cameras on the cops or something like that revealed he was attacked and like all this shit.
Oh yeah. I heard it was like really horrific too. I haven't seen it myself, but
I guess the guy he made a public appearance like a week ago or something.
Yeah,
he attended some dinner or something
at Mar-a-Lago.
No, do you know it's crazy?
What?
I guess speaking of, well, because we'll talk about Trump taxes.
Oh yeah.
So Bolsonaro lost, right? Like in Brazil.
Yeah.
And I guess originally he was supposed to attend inauguration, but now he's not.
Right. I did hear that.
It's supposed to be January 1st. That's when Lula gets put in power as presidency in Brazil. Where do you think Bolsonaro will be on December 31st?
Oh, that's right. He's going to be at Mar-a-Lago.
Yeah. My God, let me tell you, every fascist around the world is going to be at Mar-a-Lago on December 31st.
I can't believe he's not wanted internationally. Like, why isn't he being picked up at the airport? The former president of I thought that he is under indictment in that country. Is that not true?
Brazil?
Yeah.
I have no idea.
Yeah.
Well, like I said, he's going to be in Mar-a-Lago, probably hanging out with Steve Bannon, Roger Stone, Laura Loomer, Marjorie Taylor Greene, Harry Lake.
Yep, Kyle Rittenhouse.
Farage. Yeah, that wouldn't shock me. Niles Farage. I still don't get the Kyle Rittenhouse thing, but that one is like bizarre. There was like you did some TPUSC thing, and there was like a picture of back. I'm like, why are they? Like, he has to be someone's kid. I just don't believe this is just some random chud that, like, I find it hard to believe that they would, like, why? why would this guy has no charisma? There's nothing about him except for the fact that his existence pisses off people.
Yeah.
Like, why is he a thing? There's tons of people who kill people.
Well, there's
like, why is this kid a thing?
There's probably some. I'm sure there's like that. Like why?
Tom Thurman's grandkid.
Remember that shooting in the mall where like some guy happened to have a gun and he like killed the shooter in a food court? Do you remember that? It happened like a couple months ago.
I don't know. Maybe. Yeah,
but
I think
like,
so.
Why? Like that's the one in a bajillion chance where it actually worked out okay. A good guy with a gun killed.
Well, that kid clearly doesn't want the attention.
Yeah, but like
the joke was, I guess that kid wasn't supposed to have a firearm.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I don't think he's legal to have one, but he did save people's lives. I'm like, Kyle Rittenhouse, he just killed people.
Yeah.
Wow. I just saying, like, what is he a Taft? Like, who is is he like someone's relative in the Republican?
I saw his mom, and she does not look connected, you know.
But like, I mean, like, did they find out he's like the lost son of like Bob Dole or something? Like,
I honestly think
I just don't get it. I don't understand.
Well, we've said this before. A lot of this is simply to own the libs.
Yeah, but that's
the key feature of him versus other people.
I just don't get it. I think this kid has to be connected to somebody. I don't think he is. That he's. It's gonna come out. I mean, I'm being conspiratorial here. Yeah. But like, it's like Hollywood. Most of these motherfuckers usually are connected. Find out like, oh yeah, he's an actor. He doesn't have any actors in his family. And you find out, oh, his dad's like a high power, like Hollywood lawyer. And you're like, oh yeah, duh. No wonder why he got a part in this movie.
Right. Whereas, his mom owns a casting company or something.
Wow. It's like,
I don't know. We'll see.
I don't get it. I really don't. I think that's like a big myth, just like George Santos and all these other things. Like there's a mystery. I don't understand why this kid is still like. Listen, I get it. After he won, there would be some like reason to prop him up for a minute, but now still being like, like he sounds like he doesn't sound like intelligent when he talks.
No,
there's nothing about him. It's so weird. It's such a bizarre. It is amazing how like TPUSA, Daily Wire, and all these places like created these like alternate realities. Did you see like the TPUSA events?
I saw some clips of them on Twitter.
Like when like Carrie Lake was there speaking, she comes out. You would think she's like gonna fight Stone Cold Steve Austin. There's fireworks going off and music. They got like a teleprompter with like intro music, and it is the most insane thing.
It is bizarre.
It is like you see Kyle Rittenhouse and he's hanging out with some other young chuds, and you're like, this is like some weird alternate reality, like Teen Choice Award, but for like awful people.
It is strange. I mean, I get like when you're in an event, sometimes it's easy to get worked up and carried away in it. But yeah, it's a whole nother, it's a subculture, one that I really understand very little about.
I mean, is it a subculture? I mean, there's a lot of money put into this shit.
Well, I think so. I mean, I think it's real deceiving. Like when I'm on Twitter, I think everyone I know is on Twitter, but in reality, only like 5% of the people I know in real life are on Twitter.
Right, or actively using it.
Yeah, exactly. Who
they have an account, they haven't been on it in like a year.
Right. And I think with like Turning Point USA or whatever, like it's really easy for me to look at that and think, oh, that's the Republican Party. And it is, but like that's just the people that are super active in the Republican Party.
Right. It's just crazy how much money they put into these events and the amount of glitz and everything. Like I said, it's like some weird, bizarre alternate reality, like MTV Movie Awards or something. You're like, what is this? I feel like I'm watching the Spike Video Game Awards or something.
Like who?
It's really awful people.
Yeah. Well, you see like the merch tables there, like people like ponying out money, like good money for like like Let's Go Brandon t-shirts,
Well, do you remember we watched that Flat Earth documentary?
Oh,
and,
yeah, yeah.
They showed the merch tables to that. Like
yeah.
the guy makes these like intricate like dome, the flat round plate Earth or whatever. Like, and it's like there's a craft there. This guy's making like a ton of money off of these morons. It just becomes this like weird niche thing. But like I said, I just think it's a weird mystery. I think we're gonna find out this kid is connected in some weird way.
That could be like his uncle was like a famous Klansman or something, you know.
What's that fucking? I always forget his name. Jesse Helms or whatever. Like fucking.
Yeah.
I think like Lindsey Graham's mistake.
Yeah.
I thought that was going somewhere else.
Right. Well, it wouldn't surprise me if he's somehow connected, but I don't think he is. I think he's just like a chud
that they glommed onto, and they just it triggers the libs, his existence. But
yeah, I think that's it.
The other day I tweeted, this was the craziest thing though, and this showed you how bad Twitter was. I posted like, let me see if I can find this tweet. It was him,
I remember this one, yeah,
asking for money. And my tweet got like maybe like 100 likes. I don't even think it got 100. Let me see if I can find it real quick.
Yeah, I remember this.
The photo. I read a photo of a witch and her hog. It's fucking Lauren Boebert and him.
Yeah.
Let me see if I can find it. It's coming up. I got it right here.
That was good. This was a good one.
Yeah, it's just like him saying, like, thank you to everyone who has sent prayers, donations, and kindness. Whatever. It's just him trying to grift off people. And I said, anyone that donates to Murder Hog Kyle Rittenhouse is an evil piece of shit. And I got, let's see, it got 99 likes, 8 retweets, 4 quote tweets. Some of them were.
Oh, wow.
It got like, I don't even know the amount of comments it got. I ended up blocking like 50 accounts. It was like just these generic accounts that were like created like a month ago. 2 months ago, 3 months ago, like I just donated to under your name. I'm like, okay, thank you for reminding me. I just gave him $20. I'm like, someone said, like, yeah, he clearly whoever's running his thing paid for bots. This was like insane. It's like I just mentioned his name, and out of nowhere, I'm getting inundated by like tons of weird comments from weird accounts. So, yeah.
Well, he's the worst.
And they're like, he killed a bunch of pedophiles. It's like, okay, their argument always to this day, before we move on to the last thing, their argument is always that this kid killed these supposedly horrible people.
Yeah.
If he did, did he know that? Then that's intent, and that's actual murder.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
Then there goes his defense.
Yeah, that is a good point.
It's the whole thing is like, it's the kind of thing that just like eats at my soul a little bit. It's just so gross. It's like an injustice that I just like, and you see him, he's got his dumb dopey face at these events, and it's like, and he's taking pictures of like Matt Gaetz, who's a literal human trafficking pedophile. Like,
it's awful. Yeah.
And nothing will happen to him. That guy's never going to go to jail. He's never going to go to jail.
It doesn't seem that way now,
Never going to happen. Never. It is bizarre. We live in a fucking very weird country where some rules apply to some people.
Yeah.
Even in power, some rules apply to some people and some don't.
Yeah.
That
is strange. I mean, it seemed like they had so much evidence against him. I don't think he'll ever even get arrested, or seriously investigated.
I watched this video about a renegade cut, and the guy, this renegade cut on YouTube, and he did a whole thing about Trump, but he talked about Matt Gaetz, and he said, yeah, his friend went under and is like either convicted or whatever, but he's a nobody, so who cares?
Yeah.
Matt Gaetz is a connected politician with a mean streak and lots of connections. He's never gonna fucking face anything. It's just insane. And the voters there don't give a shit. They just voted them in.
Right.
You can literally fuck a 5-year-old, and it wouldn't matter. They would he would just say fake news.
Yeah.
I think you're right. It's insane. It's like it's amazing how they can just say that's a fake news liberal agenda. The other day, like Jim Jordan just tweeted something about like mainstream news or something always going against like the right wing. And I'm like, what do you mean, Fox News?
Yeah.
Fox News is mainstream news. It has the most ratings.
Yeah, it's the most popular one.
Wouldn't that make it mainstream news?
It can't be anything other than mainstream. So
the most mainstream. Well, speaking of, I don't know. So you claim tomorrow we're gonna get a news dump, literally days before the year ends. It's December. Well, that's
it'll
today.
Be
December 30th right now. It just turned midnight for me, at least.
Right.
Probably for you. And I guess today, I'm assuming early in the day.
That's what I heard. I heard it on CNN tonight that they're going to release the tax, the audit and the information and stuff tomorrow morning. And then that'll be it. That's like one of the last things that committee is going to do before disbanding and a new Republican committee taking over. I don't know. I mean, like, I like it. Like, I think this is real nice vindication. But
this is shit that should have came out like 2 years
ago. It
ago.
is. And like what it was. So now we know he didn't. It just proves exactly what I thought. And
he at the debate when Hillary Clinton said he doesn't pay his taxes, and Trump said that's because I'm smart.
Yeah. I mean, like, I don't know.
Everyone was like,
I mean, I'm glad they did this. I'm glad they followed through on it. I like that they followed through on it, but like this doesn't really do anything or change anything. It's just funny, because but
it's not going to do anything. So who cares?
Yeah.
It's like when Obama put through that, like they finally put in this like overtime rule and they voted on it. I remember this. I was working for the company and they had the HR had to get involved and everything like that. And it was literally on the way out. Trump was already in president. Trump already said that he would veto it or whatever. He wasn't going to honor it, because it basically involved that basically any company, it doesn't matter, around the country, if someone works over 35 hours, you have to pay them time and a half.
Yeah.
And no companies want to do that, of course. And it was great. Should have been something that went in earlier. It goes on the way out when Obama's a lame duck.
Yeah.
So he claimed he did it. Then some judge in Texas, like literally the day before it was going to go into effect, ended it.
Yeah.
And it was just like, cool, thanks for nothing. For your Netflix deals, Obama. Thanks, Obama.
Yeah.
Hey, I did it. It's like, who gives a shit if we see Trump? Yeah, we know Trump doesn't. We know he's a crook. We know all this stuff.
That's the thing, is that like it's just going to reinforce my belief, and anyone who likes Trump and doesn't want to believe this will just start talking about how it's unfair that we got to look.
Well, the thing too is like, again, just like George Santos is literally the results of Trump.
Yeah.
Of Trumpism. Is that like Kerry Lake too? Kerry Lake trying to fight the election results. This is all because Trump changed, like, hey, I don't have to do any of this. I don't have to follow any rules. And the rest of the Republican Party's like, I don't have to do that either, even though they don't have the same clout as he does.
Right. They don't have the gravitas that Trump had at one point.
But that's how guys like George Santos, and George Santos, he's not going to make the decision himself if he leaves.
True. I don't think so.
He's sitting there until they tell him, you got to go, buddy.
Right.
And even then, Kevin McCarthy calls him up or whatever, in charge of the Republican Party or whatever, says, all right, you're going to announce your resignation 3:00 today.
We've prepared a document for you. You just read it. Yeah.
You know what? Don't even. We're not even going to film it. Just say you're resigning and you have to go back to your home planet. Your people need you. George Santos,
Congressman Pucci.
George Santos blew up. What did it say? Pucci?
Yeah.
Pucci floated on the way back to his planet or something.
That was it. Yeah, there were no survivors. There was
I have to go. My people need me. Whatever.
Timeless. That was perfect.
I loved it too, because it was like Homer had that prepared speech, and then you have that voice of the guy who I have to go. My people need me. His smoker voice, like. That is literally it, though. I mean, Trump changed how things. You don't have to honor these things. You don't have to attend these events. You don't have to participate in normal media. You don't have to do that because we have TPUSA.
I mean, I hope
all these big glitzy events.
I hope they release his taxes. I hope they reveal something, and I hope I don't know, just because that's the way it should be. But I agree. I mean, this is like too little, too late. Nothing's going to come of it. It's just a weird coda.
It's like, okay, so the Democrat, let's say he does run in 2024. He claimed he did, but let's say he actually does really run.
Yeah.
And he wins the nomination. And it's close to the thing. And it's like, oh, yeah, we have all that information. And the Democratic candidate or wherever goes against him, have that information, and it won't make a fucking difference.
Yeah. Yeah.
It won't make a fucking difference. He wasn't convicted of anything to do with January 6th. So you can't really use that. The Democrats will say something about January 6th, and they'll be like, "Oh, you're still talking about that?" Like as if it's just like, "Oh, you're still going on about that." Like
I get it.
I
just had this wave of depression over the whole. I mean, it's because it's ultimately meaningless, the whole Trump thing. But I'm also glad they're doing it.
I'm glad it gets out.
Yeah, me too.
It just shows that he's a crook. I mean, again, I think the funniest thing that guy did, and if there's something that damages brand, anything, is those NFTs. I think that is.
Yeah.
Didn't you tell me too? I was talking to my son, and like we were watching the video yesterday. He was like cracking up, the one where Trump's like, "It's your hopefully favorite president. You could have dinner with me if that's something you want."
Right.
I loved his his humbleness.
Yeah. I don't know if that's a great prize, but some people are saying, well,
is that really a thing you want to do? You really want to eat with me?
I think.
Are you a Nazi? I only eat with Nazis. like in Kanye West and Nick Fuentes.
Yeah.
But were you the one who told me that like he didn't even pay for those pictures? And
a lot of them are just copyright infringement. He just took some clip art and used it. Just had his face like photoshopped over the superhero's face or whatever. I have not read about it recently, but after the NFTs came out, I saw a couple people post all the original photos, and you're like, oh shit, yeah, that was the original. This Trump thing is just Trump like photoshopped over that
Trump
background.
AI images. they just popped, stole them.
Yeah. Wow. Yeah.
Well, what do you hope for in 2023?
I don't know. I'd like to I don't know. I mean, I'd like to do personal growth type of stuff. I think would be cool. I'm hoping, honestly, like this is a weird thing to say, I'm hoping for another great year of TV. There's some really great stuff on.
If anything, I hope the TV is good. At least they'll get me distracted from all the bullshit. I will say this, the Andrew Tate thing getting arrested is great because it shows that like these guys are so arrogant.
Yeah.
And that all it takes is just a good eye to look and go, hey, wait, are you in Romania?
Right, yeah.
Oh, speaking real quick, that fucking horrible person lives at TikTok, I guess. Rashik or whatever her name is.
Yeah.
She was on Tucker Carlson being interviewed. She's horrible. Like she's truly an awful person. She was saying that like LGBT people are evil and everything. It was just like, she's disgusting. But she was in DC on January 6th. Because she basically, she revealed herself fully.
Yeah. And then within 5 minutes, people had seen video of her.
Hey, you were in DC. Did you go into the Capitol building? So every time I see her tweets, I would just leave a comment. I don't care if like 2 people or 10 people are seeing it.
Yeah.
And I just go to FBI and I'm like, hey, what were you doing in DC on January 6, 2021? That's weird. What's that about?
Well, there's
funny because like again, it's like she was supposed to be this like, oh, she's just this like mom or woman that's speaking out against. She's just some random lady that just happened to get really big. It's like false, false organic. It's all astroturf. She's a Republican insider. It's like it's all bullshit basically. It's all propped up and everything. She's not she's not near you who just like
right
got a good tweet and got attention and then wrote on it and got bigger and bigger. This is all astroturf.
Well, that's
go ahead. What?
That's supposed to be their appeal, is that they look like they're a friend of a friend, but they're not really.
Yeah, and the fact that she is there on January 6th, that's weird.
Yeah.
So I just think like maybe more of these clowns, these arrogant clowns getting caught, maybe we'll see some more I don't know, just a little more consequences for, like,
I hope
Elon
so.
Musk. We see Tesla stock dropping. Like,
oh yeah,
what is it? Is it below 100 yet?
I think it popped back up.
Did
In
he did he promise like some lie or something?
yeah, right. Let's see if I can look up the Tesla stock price. No, but it bounced back up like 10% today. It's at 121, but it's still, let's see, it is year to date, it's down 234%. And it all coincides with Elon Musk buying Twitter and then tweeting. He just drives the price down.
I know some people like, I mean, the reality is Tesla only got so big because they were able to take advantage of new technology, or not new technology, kind of like unused technology when it comes to like EVs and everything like that.
Well,
really just abandoned technology done by the George Bush administration and making all these false promises of like,
I'll tell you, a couple of years ago, even I would have loved to have had a Tesla, and now I would really search hard for a different type of car. He's just got like such real shitty views.
But I mean, like, whatever, they were able to come in. Same thing with like SpaceX, even though SpaceX is like a different kind of company. I mean, like doing contract work for the government. It's like a different. They're not selling spaceships, people.
True.
But Tesla,
big difference.
They were able to, the bullshit fake robot that he announced like a year ago. And that thing looked like shit. And like all these, like that fucking stupid Polygon car. It looks like a freaking Atari 7800 video game. That stupid vehicle. That's like, imagine you're driving, you see that stupid thing. You're gonna be like, only the biggest assholes are gonna drive that.
Yeah.
If it ever, I don't think it's ever gonna get released. I think that thing is bullshit.
Yeah.
And the claim is that it's made out of the SpaceX, like the same metal on the ships. Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
It's just like, all these other companies all these major car companies and even smaller EV companies are getting in the market and taking advantage though. And this guy, there's like conspiracy or theories that like, the Twitter thing and everything was to stay relevant and to move on because Tesla stock was going to go down no matter what at any point. It seems like he's just making it quicker.
I think that certainly is a possibility. I think he would be much better off trying to achieve things in a different way.
Yeah. Well, we'll see what happens next year. You tweeted you before we go, you hit me up. You said that we just lost Louis Anderson. And I was like, first of all, I was wrong because I was thinking like, didn't he die like 2 years ago? He died in January. He died around the same time as like what's his face did, the guy from Full House, Bob Saget.
Oh, Bob Saget, yeah,
and
that's
Gilbert
funny.
Godfrey died like shortly after. There was this awesome photo of them, like more recent photo of all three of them together.
Yeah.
And then like whoever took this photo basically killed them. Like they all three of them died like barely months apart. Like,
I was on the front page of the Washington Post and I saw it said Louis Anderson passes away at 68 or whatever the age was. And I was like, oh shit, Louis Anderson passed away. And he's like one of those, like, he's not a fringe comedian, but he was like
he got big again because he was in Baskets. He was trying to get like a big kind of a comeback.
But he was like a comedian that you would remember from people.
He was pretty big in the 80s in the comedians. Yeah. He was in a few, like he showed up in a few movies. He was in Coming to America. He was in that weird camp movie. I don't know if you remember that. It had like Richard Lewis in it and everything like that.
Yeah.
He had a cartoon though, like
Louis World or something, right?
Yeah, and then he did like Price is Right or one of those shows. He was on that.
Okay.
Or Family Feud. He was on that for a while, and then he got in a little trouble with the Man of the Night or something.
Oh.
And then you didn't see him for a while, but then he had that big comeback with Baskets where he played the guy's mother. He was so good. He was so good. You believe that he was this guy's mother. It was played completely straight. Like it was so well done. And he's starting to get. I swore he showed up in something else. He was just starting to get like a little bit of comeback, but unfortunately, he passed away.
I legitimately didn't remember that he had died.
I know. I was like,
well, I sent it to you, and I was like, oh God, he died. And you're like, he died 2 years ago, and I was like, shit. And then I look at the headlines a little more carefully. There's a whole bunch of other obituaries, and it was one of those retrospectives.
Just died recently. I can't even like name the list. A lot of comic artists I know died, like George Perez, who did like just one of the bigger DC Marvel artists back in the day. He did like Justice League Teen Titans. He was most famous for that.
Christy Alley died recently. That's who you might be thinking. Christy Alley died recently.
Yeah. Well, there was someone. Well, do you ever read Crisis on Infinite Earth or ever heard that? He drew that. Just one of the great artists. He passed away. He had cancer. It was horrible.
Oh.
It was like a lot of people.
It was. I mean, it's always the way. I mean, at the end of the year, you look back and you're like, oh shit. You like if you had asked me when Bob Saget died like 15 minutes ago, I would have said the year before last. I wouldn't have said it was this year, wasn't it? 2022.
I don't know. Let's look up real quick. What a great way to go out.
Right.
No, I mean, the end of this episode. He died. Yeah, he died this year.
Yeah. January 9th. I mean, like by the end of the year, so much has happened. You've had your own like kind of life to live and everything. And it's weird, but like, a lot of every year's the same. It's just like a slew of people. And it's weird. Like that's an interesting one. Like Bob Saget was pretty famous with Full House and the America's Funniest Home Videos. Most people knew who he was, but like Louis Anderson was like, most younger people wouldn't know who that is. He was kind of like
he was starting to get big because of that show Baskets. He was starting to get like a pretty big comeback because it got so much attention. He was like the standout on the show.
But it would have been, I'm trying to think of like a classic 80s comedian. Like when Judy Tenuta passed away, like pretty recently. This year? Yeah, Judy Tenuta, like
Leah and I were joking about it. I said, like, what if I wrote the obituaries, it'd be terrible. I'd be like, lady with weird voice who played the accordion. I don't know. I don't remember. Like, I remember her as a comedian as a kid. I don't remember any of her jokes. I don't think she was funny from what I remember. She was just weird, and she had a weird voice.
Her shtick was she'd play the accordion, and she looked real quirky, and she would talk to the audience like she was a love goddess, like that. Yeah, people would be worshiping at her feet. When she's like really
obnoxious.
Yeah,
Weird Al put out a funny tweet, because she played the accordion also. So
that's funny.
Little tribute type thing. I always liked though that the thing about her was that the only thing I really remember is one of the biggest Hollywood's celebrity couples. Judy Tenuta dated Emo Phillips.
Oh yeah. Emo Phillips is another one. I know he's still around, but like
he's alive. He's
eventually though.
We saw Weird Al a couple years ago at something.
That's right. Yeah,
and he opened up for them, and it was so fucking.
He's great, but he's another one
on HBO that we used to watch. I forgot what it was called. It's about this comedian who's like born in a very conservative Christian family, and he's trying to be a comedian. He's trying to balance the life of everything.
Yeah.
And it gets real insider baseball with comedy, like actual comedians are on the show.
Oh, that's cool.
And he has this new girlfriend who's not a comedian at all. And he goes to a club and there's all these comedians there. And Emo Phillips shows up. And Emo Phillips is doing like his whole like, ooh.
Yeah. And
she's like, what the fuck is wrong with him? And everyone else is kissing his ass. And he's walking around like, ooh. Like if you were at like and he came in doing that, you'd be like, oh my God, please do not go by my table.
Right.
They're nuts. But here he's like a comedy legend and must be respected. And they're all like, ha. He's like, oh. And she's just like, she had no idea who he was. She was like,
that's funny.
Why is that? Why are people like even
Emo Phillips is definitely one. Yeah, that's hard. Like okay, you may not have heard of Stephen Wright or Mitch Hedberg or whatever,
I know
but those
I
I know.
Stephen
Well,
Wright.
I don't. I'm not you. But I'm just saying, like the average person might not know those names, but they 100% would find those jokes funny. Those jokes are like still funny.
It's all about Stephen Wright's voice.
Yeah, but Emo Phillips, it's like
he's funny. No, his comedy act is funny. This is like legit funny. Like he has that weird voice and everything, but like
he had the best joke in the world where he talked about the guy on a bridge and he came across another guy who was about to jump. Do you remember that one?
That Emo Phillips or Stephen Wright?
Emo Phillips.
No, I think you might have mentioned, but what is it?
It's like a 5-minute long joke. He's like, it's Christmas Eve and a guy's about to jump, and the one guy's like, "Hey, don't jump, you have so much to live for." And he's like, "Are you a Christian?" And the other guy's like, "Oh, I'm a Christian too." And then he's like, "Are you Protestant or Catholic?" "I'm a Protestant." "Oh, I'm a Protestant too." "Are you Baptist or?" And he's like, "I'm a Baptist too." And anyway, they go on for like a long time, and they finally get down to like, "Are you a Reformed Southern Baptist Convention 1812 or a Reformed Southern Baptist Convention 72? And the one guy goes, "Conformed Southern Baptist 72. And then the first guy goes, "Heretic," and pushes him off the bridge.
Yeah. You gotta do it like him.
Yeah. So perfect. So good. Oh, well.
It's all about, I always like Stephen Wright though. He always had those quick jokes like,
yeah.
I have an answering machine in my car phone that says, "I'm home right now."
Right.
Or like, I got a tattoo of myself. It's 2 inches bigger. Or something.
Right.
It's like,
I liked it when he accidentally put my car keys in my house door. I accidentally put my car keys in my house door and my house started up.
Yeah. The car phone answer machine, which people would be like, "What the fuck is that?"
Right?
Like,
yeah.
Cell phones, but that joke was like, "I'm home right now."
Well,
brilliant. It's all about the delivery. It's all about his voice and cadence.
Yeah,
jokes don't matter.
Is Stephen Wright still alive?
Yeah, he was great. He's the guy on the couch in Half Baked.
Oh yeah.
And he does the swinging sounds of the '70s in Reservoir Dogs. He's and he's on the soundtrack and everything.
Yeah, that's great.
So and he has the same drive. So he just like, he probably looks the same as he does.
Probably
because he was always like just balding and kind of gross looking. So I mean, I'm sure. You saw today. Wait, real quick. Did you see that tweet I posted? Someone put out this tweet, said I retweeted it. I shared it in my Instagram too. I've been cracking up for like a half hour. It was Bob Newhart. And somebody posted it was a picture of like Apple or Google, whatever it was, for like Bob the Elf in the movie Elf. And it was like, someone wrote, they go, I really believe that Google could have found a better image. And it's like Bob Newhart now in his like mid to late 90s, and he looks like the guy turning into his decaying 4 eyes. And
you said Grail. the wrong cup.
Yeah, like I love that. They couldn't find a better picture.
That was rough. Yeah.
It's like legit laughing for like 5 to 10 minutes and just thinking about that all day.
Yeah, that was funny.
Like, ghoulish old man. Everything Bob Newhart is not known to be.
Right. He's like this real affable, nice guy.
Yeah, like even if you make him elder, and it's just like, let's find the most sickest, sunken-eyed old photo. Like, it's nice to have a picture of Gollum up or something.
For sure. Yeah. Oh.
All right. Well, on that note, Happy New Year, Joseph.
Yeah, Happy New Year.
And Happy New Year to everyone that's listening to this. I think the people in the Czech Republic might already be celebrating New Year's, because I think the world is a day or two ahead of us there. Right? Is that how it works?
I think so. Yeah.
Like January 2nd over there now, right?
It has something to do with like the prime meridian.
Yeah, sure. Yeah. That's the ticket, and that's what we're gonna go with.
Yeah.
All right. Well, to all something.
Yeah, old lang syne.
All right. Well, like Dick Clark would say, "Get off my lawn." Or, is that what he said? I don't know. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
All right. Well, on that note, I'm Rob Israel.
I'm Joseph K.
And you still going on about
that?
Thank you for listening to You Still Going On About That. Please like, comment, share, and if you haven't done already, please follow us on Instagram, YSGOAT, Facebook, YSGOAT, and Twitter, YSGOAT. Thank you, and have a great day.